Very touching to me. What was it, Kendra? It's Matt McCarthy and Kendra Middleton hanging out for the next 4 hours.
Today was supposed to be my first day off since like the middle of October, and I got offered this shift with McCarthy, and I took it.
Wow. I'm honored. I'm touched. And you know what? It's a great time of year to be on. Happy Super Bowl week, Kendra.
You as well.
It's official.
I can't believe that. I was telling everybody during kind of the crossover before you walked in that it doesn't even feel like this is actually happening. It feels like a dream. It doesn't feel as tangible as usually the Super Bowl does for some reason. And the fact that the Patriots are in it is just, it feels like a fever dream. Well, I'm not even a Patriots fan, and it's just crazy.
We're going to do everything in our power to get you ready for this because the Patriots are holding their send-off rally in Foxborough right now. In a couple of minutes, we're going to go down there. We're going to take it live. We're going to hear, from the captains. We're going to hear from the folks who are speaking down there as the team gets ready. I think Zoe's on the screen right now. Can we take some of Zoe? I want to hear what Zoe has to say.
Yeah, I can pull it up right now. They just tossed to the owners, Robert Kraft and Jonathan Kraft.
Let's hear what the owners have to say.
In the history of the team, so thank you. How about Coach Mike Vrabel and the culture he created, and all the great players, and I'm not going to name anyone because this is truly a team first. They're unbelievable. But we thank you all for how special you are, and we hope to bring a seventh treasure back here to all of you. And remember, we all we got. We all we got. We all we got.
Hey, so my dad talked about that line after we bought the team, but we started coming to games in '71. We became season ticket holders, and Kraft has been at every game in Foxborough since 1971. And we know Patriot fans, this guy right in front without the shirt is a Patriot fan, right here. Camera, get on him. Get on him. You know, they're missing you. But we know Patriot fans are passionate. Get the camera on this guy without the shirt on, please. There he is. We know that Patriot fans are passionate. We know that they're tough. We know that they're blindly loyal. But even more important than us knowing, the team, the coaches know it. They couldn't believe how many people are here in this weather. You're going to give them the energy to go out to Santa Clara. And the other thing I'll tell you is, I don't know if our opponent is having a send-off rally today, but I do know that the temperature in that city is 50 degrees today. And if they are having one, they won't have a turnout like this. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And I'm only going to change it up this one time. You all are what we got, and it's absolutely all we need. Thank you. Gonna bring up Coach Mike Vrabel now. Greatest linebacker, head coach.
Warrior! Come out and play! Listen, this is beyond my wildest dreams for the fans to have embraced us in his first year of this program the way that you have. I said all along, if our players played up to the standard that you guys expected and the effort in which they would play and their style of football, you would come out. And come out you did, so thank you. Every week we played here, it got better and better and better. And that last game that we played against the Texans, unreal. And you're going to get your MVP here in a second. Don't wrap me up. A coach is only as good as his players. I promise you that. I know that for a fact.
And a big part of our success is our players, and especially our quarterback. Drake May, let's bring him up here. Yeah. First off, man, I just want to thank you guys. You guys have been great all season, man. We wouldn't be here without you guys. What a journey, and we still have work left to do. Shout out to these guys. Love you guys. Celebrate when we get back. Go Pats, baby.
All right. Here we go. Want to say a huge shout out to our fans, Pats Nation. Y'all did a great job. We got one more to go. For everybody that's traveling, travel safe. Hey, man, it's time to get after, man. We all we got. We all we got. We all we got.
Patriots receiver Stephon Diggs.
First off, man, want to say congrats and everything like that, man. Appreciate you guys so much, man. The support every single time we here. On the defensive side, you guys make it hard for the opposing team, so we appreciate you guys so much. And go Pats, and we're going to need all you guys' support in San Fran. Let's get it.
As Patriots captain Marcus Jones.
Let's do it. Pat Nation, what's up, man? Hey, man, appreciate everybody for coming out, man. Thank you for the support, man. And we ain't coming back until we bring you home, man. So thank you everything, man. Appreciate you.
Pass rusher Caleb Chason.
What?
That was Mac Hollins.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Let's hear it for your AFC champion, New England Patriots.
And that, of course, is the great Mike Sarge Riley. As we come back here from Foxborough, the Patriots wrapping up their send-off rally at Gillette Stadium as the team prepares to head down to TF Green to fly out to Santa Clara today as they get ready to start Super Bowl week. It has officially begun. It's Matt McCarthy and Kendra Middleton. We've got room for you at 617-779-0985. You just said a few minutes ago, Kendra, that because this season in some ways was such a surprise, it hasn't necessarily felt like Super Bowl stuff, and the kind of the Super Bowl feeling is ramped up. So Super Bowl feeling ramping up for you a little bit more now after hearing everybody get ready to go out to Santa Clara?
Yeah, honestly, that was way more fun than I thought it would be. I kind of like all the little storylines and the inside jokes that they've created throughout the season. I think that does make it feel more like Super Bowl week because it kind of brings the city together and unites people a bit. So I do think that I feel a little bit more like it's Super Bowl week after that, believe it or not.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been a little while, right? I mean, it's been, 6, 7 years?
Oh, my God, shut up with that.
And it's been too long. I mean, I forgot what this felt like. I forgot how... Typically...
There are second graders who don't know what it's like to experience the Super Bowl.
Won't somebody think about the children? Thank God we get to give the children what they
I have a
finally
6 and a
deserve.
4-year-old. I'm grateful for the future.
They have no idea what it's like.
They don't. My son was born in 2018. On the back end, he missed the mark.
It's a good day. It's a good day. Happy Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah, it must be nice.
No, it has finally arrived. And I mean, I said this yesterday, Kendra, because we've done this once or twice. I typically disconnect.
Or 3 times, or 4 times, or 5 times.
Just from a fan and kind of a professional perspective, if I'm not working during the week, and I did once this week, but I try to disconnect for about the first week of the Super Bowl lead up because it's just too much. This is now where I engage. This is now where I get going. Like, this is where it begins. The Sunday before the send-off rally, the team gets on the buses, they go to Green, they fly out to wherever the Super Bowl is, and there it is. And now it's begun. It is officially Super Bowl week. I'm ready.
I think I'm also in the same boat. I grind so hard through the regular season, the preseason, regular season, and the postseason for all of my stuff that I have going on, that the last week I did all of my initial, all right, here are the opening lines prep, then did a little bit more, kind of digging before my show and the show on Friday, and that was it. I caught up on my TV shows that I wanted to watch, new episodes of things. I really unplugged my brain from sports for a week. I feel rejuvenated, and I'm ready to get back into the thick of it before the Super Bowl.
You have to disconnect a little bit so you can re-engage. The 2-week thing is too much. The 2-week buildup is too much, but here we are.
I see why they do it, though.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Imagine if the Super Bowl was today and, Drake is nursing this illness and this arm injury. Like, people here would be freaking out. You need that week of just chill. And honestly, if, the 49ers had made it an extra round, like, that city would, just kind of be winding down from all of that and into the Super Bowl. Like, that's too much.
So how do you feel about the status of Drake May entering Super Bowl week?
So I talked about this a little bit on my show yesterday. I was willing to believe Bedard when he was like, this isn't going to be something that's going to matter. But then after watching people melt down all week on the internet, which should you, kind of put too much stock in what you believe in the internet? No, I should believe the reporting and the people who are around the team all the time. But it's hard not to, when you just consume so much media, be like, okay, the fact that Josh Dobbs yesterday on DraftKings had I think plus 20,000 odds for an MVP, and Milton Williams is,
way up there now.
Way down there. It's like, okay, how do I not put some amount of stock into that, I guess?
Well, I put stock into the Phil Perry report that, this has been something that was lingering. This didn't necessarily happen in Denver. It's been something he's been dealing with. And I do think it's a part of the reason he hasn't played all that well in these playoffs. Now, a lot of that has to do with the defenses he's faced and the conditions that they've dealt with. But I think the shoulder is a factor in that. And, I believe Mike Reese, when he, after the Denver game, is asking about it and starts writing about it. Because, Phil Perry and Mike Reese are as tied in as anybody. So my antenna goes up, when stuff like that happens. What's my concern level? Small. I don't know. DEFCON 4. It's not DEFCON 1. I want Drake May to be healthy. I want him to be, I don't know, out at practice on the Friday before, you head out to Super Bowl 60. That would be preferable. So I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but I am acknowledging that it's likely a small factor entering the game. I don't think it's going to determine who wins or loses. I'll put it that way.
Okay, that was what I was going to ask you. So are you more nervous about a potential Drake May injury or the defensive side of the ball for the Seahawks?
I'm more worried about, put it this way, if May plays the way he's played in the first 3 games of these playoffs, they will not win this game.
I agree with that.
So, how much of that is the shoulder? I don't know. 25%? How much of that
the defenses they've played,
is
though?
The defense he's played? Probably 40%. How much of that is, big games, big moments for a guy who's never been there before? I don't know. 5% is 5%.
Neither
10%?
of them have been, though.
So I agree. It's a factor.
I think Vrabel's obviously the better coach, too, but neither of these coaches have ever been to a Super Bowl either. That's beneficial for, the Patriots.
So what I'd say about this game is the Seahawks undeniably have a better team. But the Patriots have a better coach and a better quarterback. The question is, how much of a gap is there between May and Darnold next Sunday? If there's a big gap, the Patriots win the game because May has a far higher ceiling than Darnold. Now, he hasn't come anywhere close to reaching that ceiling in these playoffs, and they need more from him. But that's the biggest advantage the Patriots have going into this game is May versus Darnold. There's a big gap there. There should be a big gap there. And if there is, they win. And if the gap is smaller, they probably lose.
I think some people listening to this, getting in their car from, Patriot Place right now are not going to like that I'm going to say this. I think if both Sam Darnold and Drake May are playing their absolute peak best football, it's not that far off. But Patriots fans will like to hear that when they're both playing their worst football, Sam Darnold is much worse than Drake May.
Ooh, let's get into that on the other side. It sounds like you believe in Sam Darnold's ceiling.
I do believe in Sam Darnold, yeah. I mean, the guy's won 13 games in back-to-back seasons, has been tossed all over the league. It feels like a Cinderella story, and it's easy to point to the bottom-of-the-barrel person that we know he is in this league at times. But his ceiling when he is playing his best football is really good football. It's just that when he is playing bad football, it is Jets Sam Darnold bad football.
I'm not convinced he's as good as you make him out to be at his height. We'll get into that. 617-779-0985. Room on the phone lines for you if you're, as Kendra said, leaving chilly Foxborough. I can't believe how many people were there this morning in these brutal conditions. So that's, maybe I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's Patriots fans, so I probably shouldn't be surprised by that. But good on you for being there. I wouldn't have been, but you would have, and you were. All right, we'll continue. Matt McCarthy and Kendra Middleton. We're off and running here until 3 o'clock on the Sports Hub.
Warriors! Come and play!
Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The What game? It all happens here. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Could you reflect on the guy that was seeing Ghost 6 years ago against Patriots? Now you're going to see him again in the biggest game of your life. Just maybe what you say to that guy back then, or what the biggest evolution is within you over that period of time.
Yeah, I almost forgot about it. So thanks. No, you're joking. You're good. No, I think for me, like there was a lot that I didn't know back then. So, I'm just going to continue to learn and grow in this great game. And, there's a lot of stuff that I can get better from today. Even, I feel like I missed some throws out there that I shouldn't miss. There were some things offensively that I feel like we can do better. So we're always looking to get better. I'm always looking to get better. So that's the great part about this game is, you win an NFC championship and you win.
Kendra, to your point, how we all think of Sam Darnold here, I don't know how we couldn't think of anything else. I mean, Monday Night Football against the Jets in 2019, the boogeymen, seeing ghosts. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. And maybe I'm missing the point on him.
I just don't think you watched a lot of his games this year.
I just feel like I know who he is. And this might be a me problem, Kendra. I think you either have it or you don't as a quarterback. I don't generally believe in the, reclamation project quarterbacks in the end. Where's Baker Mayfield going to get you? Where's Geno Smith going to get you? Where's Sam Darnold going to get you? I don't believe in it. And
I get that.
There have been times where, guys have, gone to their second and third stop, much more recently here in the NFL, more so than ever before. And, they've ended up in a good system and it's worked out for them to a certain extent, but it doesn't get them to the promised land. And I just don't believe in Sam Darnold. I don't.
And that's fine. And I'm not sitting here saying that I wouldn't take Drake May 10 times out of 10 in this scenario. That's not what I'm saying at all. Drake May is far and away the better quarterback in the second year of his career. I just think with what Sam Darnold has done this season, people aren't giving him enough credit because they choose to remember the version of him that they want to and not the version that he is. His 3 losses this year. Week 1 to the San Francisco 49ers. Good loss? Yes or no?
Yeah, good loss.
Okay. First week of October.
Healthy 49ers.
To a healthy Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that was crushing people in the beginning of the season. Yeah. That was his second loss.
Okay.
His third loss this season against the Rams in the middle of November. Those are the 3 losses that they had in the regular season. Those are not bad, ugly losses. And yes, when you look at the season-long stats, Drake May, once again, like I said, I would take him 10 times out of 10. I'm just saying I don't think it's fair to cut out this version of Sam Darnold. Drake May this season, 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interception, QBR of 77.1. Sam Darnold, he had 4,048 yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, in a 55.7 QBR rating. My point was, when they are playing their best football, Drake May still better, but it's not as far off as people want to say because it's not that version of Sam Darnold. But when they're both bad, Sam Darnold is far and away worse, and that is what the Patriots fans need to be hoping for in this game.
I would say Darnold's a turnover waiting to happen.
And he doesn't run as much.
He's a 3-pick game waiting to happen.
100%, which is why the odds for him to have an interception are what they are in this game. Drake May, I believe, last time I checked, was -136. Sam Darnold, -144. That's why those odds reflect that. When he's bad, he's going to give you, 3 picks in a game. Whereas when Drake May's bad, he might have a fumble, an interception, something like that, but he learns from his mistakes most of the time.
The thing about May, though, is even when he's bad, and he has not been good in these playoffs. He's fumbled 6 times. He's been sacked 15 times. Now, a lot of that's the offensive line. Turnovers have been a problem. But even when he's not passing up to his capabilities, he can still do something with his legs. And the Patriots' biggest plays from May, for the most part, in these playoffs have come from him running. So even when he's not the best version of himself, he still can probably do things to help you win more so than Darnold.
My entire point in saying this is that I think that both of the defenses play at an elite level. If you remove them from the equation, I think they kind of cancel each other out. Seahawks have the better special teams. And what you have to worry about is if Drake May plays the way that he has this postseason and has whatever you want to call it, the yips, the offensive line breaking down, whatever you personally think that this offense has struggled the most with this season, if Drake May plays at his worst and Sam Darnold plays at his best, the Seahawks have 2 phases of football over you in that point, and that's an issue.
If that happens, the Patriots get blown out in this game, which I do not think is going to happen.
I don't think so either, just because the defense will help them in this game. But I don't know if the offense, if the Seahawks score more than 20 points, How do you feel about this game? Because I don't think the Patriots can go out there and put as many points on the board. Not even close.
So
they have and they have struggled to put points on the board this postseason.
I think this game admittedly comes down to May. If the Seahawks score 20 plus points, I think the Patriots can still win that game, because if May plays at an MVP level, which he did for the majority of this year, then you're putting up 35 points and you're winning the game. So I really think it comes down to Drake May's performance. Say what you will about Darnold, say what you will about really any other factor of this game. This game comes down to what version of Drake May are the Patriots going to get. If they get the version of Drake May that they got in the regular season, there's a very good chance they win this game. If they get the version of Drake May they've gotten in these 3 playoff games, they're going to lose.
I think it's all about the type of football you're playing after Christmas that kind of projects you into the postseason. Sam Darnold hasn't thrown an interception in the postseason.
Which means he's due.
I agree with you, which is why I have both of them actually to throw an interception in the Super Bowl on my bet sheet. But I'm just saying, if you're looking at the type of football they've played this postseason, and it's not like if you're in the postseason of the NFL, you're not playing joke teams. Like, that's just how it is. Like, even though the 49ers were hurt, they're not an easy out. The Rams are obviously a juggernaut. Like, that entire division was just kicking ass and taking names the entirety of the year. And the Patriots played a really tough defensive schedule too. So that's it. It's not like he was playing bad teams.
This will be the best defense Darnold has faced in the postseason, though.
Ooh, yeah, because the 49ers are injured, so I'll give you that.
49ers were banged up to all hell, and that defense was a shell of itself. I mean, how many points did the Seahawks put up on them? I mean, how many points did the Bears put up on them? I mean, look at some of the point totals the 49ers gave up down the stretch of this season.
I will say, I was listening to Cerrone before us talking about the Rams and how he thinks that Matt Stafford melted down, and I really think it's the defense on the Rams that melted down in the postseason quite often. You look at the Panthers game, you look at the Bears game. I think a lot of that was on the defense, man.
So I would say, as a result, that Rams defense is not on the same level as this Patriots defense. And obviously the 49ers defense wasn't either. So, for Darnold, who, to your point, has not thrown a pick since Christmas, well, this is going to be the toughest test he's had since Christmas on the biggest stage.
Oh, he's thrown an interception since then. I'm just saying, in the postseason, he's been on quite the run.
Yeah.
I don't think that Sam Darnold by any means is better than Drake May. I just think that people are thinking of him like the Sam Darnold that was on the Jets and the Panthers, and not who he's shown himself to be this season and last
I almost
season.
forgot about it.
No,
yeah, exactly.
No, he definitely did not. Let's go to Gary and Marblehead to lead us off today with McCarthy and Kendra. Gary.
Hey, first and foremost, go Bombers, McCarthy.
Yes.
Kendra, I'm on my way to Costco and was enjoying a nice day listening to the radio, and then you said Mike Vrabel's never been to a Super Bowl. I just want to remind you, Mike Vrabel's a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
I meant as a coach, but yes, thank you.
Yeah, so that leads to my biggest point is I think the Patriots have the best edge of all over the Seahawks, and that's Super Bowl experience. You look at Carlton Davis, Milton Williams, Mac Hollins, Josh McDaniels, Mike Vrabel, they've all been to the big stage, some of them multiple times. So I think that's going to be the edge to the game that nobody's really talking about.
So I think the Patriots have
I also said Vrabel was the better coach.
I think the Patriots have the coach and quarterback advantage in this game, which is, and they're the underdog. And they should be the underdog. Seattle, top to bottom, is a significantly better roster than the Patriots. But the coach and quarterback factor, you cannot ignore that.
No, I agree. I think that is absolutely what they have on their side in this game, because everybody is going to be talking about, Drake May's shoulder, but the Seattle defense, it's the Legion of Boom 2.0 and their special teams and whatever. But coach and quarterback goes a long way in the postseason. I am very much in the camp that I think defense wins championships and offense puts asses in seats, but you can't ignore that that's the advantage that they have here.
You like watching buses travel?
No.
We're watching. There's something fascinating about watching buses travel.
That I would rather watch anything else.
No, so I'm like, well, where are they right now? I mean, it looks like, I think they're on Route 1. I think they just pulled out. So, I mean, I just looked up, but that does look like Route 1. I love being able, like the sky eye. I'm that guy, Kendra, on the plane where I look outside. I'm like, oh, well, that's that, and that's that. And I point it out to the people next to me and really annoy them.
Are you a window seat kind of guy?
I'm an aisle seat kind of guy because I'm tall. But, I mean, if I've got the extra legroom seats, which I almost always do, window seat, no problem. I enjoy the window seat because then I get to look out the window and see the things that I know are what they are from the sky.
If it's under 4 hours,
it entertains me very much. You have no idea how much it entertains me.
If it's under 4 hours, I want the window. If it's over 4 hours, I want the aisle because I'm a hydrated gal.
I do feel badly if I have to get up. I had to do that once during a red eye.
I had to get up on my flight last week to Atlanta. I was the window, and there was a man in the wheelchair on the aisle, and I had to pee so bad I was going to cry, and I was really stuck, but I had to pee so bad.
No, it's not. You really do feel like a dink in those moments where, like, I can't.
He was just old. Like, they had to, like, wheel him, like, you know, further in the airport and stuff. He could get off the plane and that type of thing, but I really felt like an a-hole, but I was literally going to cry.
Sometimes you got to look out for yourself, Kendra.
It was one of those moments.
617-779-0985. One open line. Grab it right now. More thoughts on the actual game itself. We'll get into, you know, a little bit more with the May injury. But I want to do some more breakdowns today because it is officially Super Bowl week. They're on the road. They're heading to Santa Clara.
I have something in my eye. We have to go to break.
All right, hit the button. It's an emergency. Hit the button.
Boston's home. in sports? Yeah, we got that covered. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Matt McCarthy, Kendra Middleton, you, 617-779-0985. You're good? You're recovered?
TMI, but my dog is an Australian Shepherd, so he doesn't really have like the fur, he has the hair. And I just pulled an entire hair of his from behind my eye, and it hurts so bad.
From behind your eye?
Yeah, like you've never gotten like anything stuck back there and you can like feel it like pulling from the side.
No, I haven't. That sounds awful.
No, I feel like that happens to girls like rather often with like our hair and that kind of thing.
I don't go anywhere near my eyes with anything. It's no.
Have you ever had
freaks me
pink
out.
eye?
Have I ever had pink eye?
Yeah.
Like Bob Costas pink eye?
Yeah, that's not funny there.
No, it's not. Woke up last Super Bowl Sunday with it.
No.
It's not great.
You're a pink eye survivor.
I am.
Wow.
Brave.
You are so brave.
Very brave.
So proud of you.
Thank you. You know what, Kendra? Your support has always been, it's always meant the world to me.
I just talked to you like I talked to my dog when he put his boots on to go out in the
Like,
snow this morning. You're so brave, buddy. You're doing a great job.
Good for you. Thanks.
Do you want a treat?
JR in the car. Who shot you? Hi, JR.
Hey, Kendra and Matt. Nice job today. Nice job always. Kendra, you're dead on with Sam Darnold. You know, he's definitely played better. I'm with you on that. I think there's three keys to the game. Number one is obviously the play of Drake May. Which Drake May are you going to get? You know, the one that turns the ball over, they have no chance. I don't think you're going to get that. So here's the other two keys that I think are huge. The Patriots feed on turnovers. They have to get turnovers in this game in order to be successful. I think if they both play a clean game, Seattle wins the game. The Patriots and their defense and just their whole team, they're built on getting turnovers, and I really think they're going to get some in this game. I think they're more apt to get them than the Seahawks. The third point is the trenches. I give the edge to Seattle there, but if you can rattle Sam Darnold, he's more easily rattled. So that's what I see. I think it's going to be a 3 or 6 point game either way, and I think based on those factors, that's my analysis. Like to hear what you think about that. Have a great day.
JR, appreciate it. Your thoughts on that?
I agree with him. I think Sam Darnold is way easier to rattle, but you can say the same thing about Drake May. Like he said, that you can say about Sam is which version of them are you going to get on the biggest stage in the sport? You know, like it's the same thing. I think that Drake May, once again, if he plays to his highest tier and they can score more than 20 points, I think the Patriots have a real shot at this Super Bowl. But that's my concern is, can this offense put up enough points?
So I think he's on to it. If both teams play a clean game, meaning no turnovers, Seattle wins because they're the better team. And that's just the way it is. If there are turnovers involved in this game, I think the Patriots can withstand it slightly more because, again, you know, May might turn it over once. He might fumble, you know, once, and, you know, you might turn it over once or twice, but he's going to be able to do something with his legs. He's going to be able to get a back-breaking 3rd and 12 conversion that might flip the game with his legs. Darnold, I don't know if he necessarily has that.
And again, at the end of the day, I'm not even sure it does come down to how well does Drake May play, but I think it's more so how well does this offensive line hold up for him to be able to make those plays, to not make mistakes. So as much as I do think it comes down to which version of these two quarterbacks are you going to get, it's more so which version of this offensive line are you going to get?
So the offensive line is the biggest question for me entering this game for the Patriots, because if they don't play well, they are not going to win. They need to be better than they've been. Campbell needs to be better than he's been. You know, Seattle could wreck this game. I don't think this game's going to be a blowout. Super Bowls rarely are. I know last year was, but I mean, frankly, there have been about 2 blowouts in the last close to 25 years in the Super Bowl. Maybe 3 if you want to count, the Chiefs Brady game was not exactly competitive either. But most of these games are competitive. It's just the way it is. I don't think the Patriots are going to get blown out. I think Seattle probably wins, but the only way this game turns into a blowout is if the Patriots offensive line just gets absolutely wrecked.
This is a random question for you, but this kind of rally and the fact that I brought it up on my show yesterday made me think about it. So obviously the Super Bowl is celebrity mecca. Like, a lot of these tickets are going to go to influencers and media people and rich people, blah, blah, blah. Take those people out of it. Patriots fans travel really well. Seahawks fans also travel really well. How do you think that crowd divide is going to be?
It's going to be a neutral site kind of game, which benefits, to me, the Pats.
100, yeah.
Denver was a factor. That crowd was a factor for May in that game. It's going to be, a loud environment either way, but it's not going to be a deafening environment, I would imagine. I mean, this is not going to be, an 80-20, say the Patriots against the Rams in Super Bowl 53. I mean, that was 80-20 Patriots fans.
My worry is that Patriots fans, as well as they do travel and as, broad as the fandom is because of the success, it's almost like Patriots fans are like, another Super Bowl. We've been there. We've done this. I don't need to go out for it.
I think this year is different. I think people are hungry for it.
I think people just love Drake. People love Drake.
They do. All these I Heart Drake.
People love Drake.
He's not exactly Mr. Electric. I'll give you that.
But that's why he's likable. I think that's why people are going to love Fernando Mendoza too. Like, these just kind of like vanilla guys are so likable. Like, they don't do anything wrong. So it's like there's so many people in the NFL that it's easy to just hate because they're a bad person. So it's like when you find someone and they're good and they're a quarterback, it's like, that's my nerd.
He's very, you know what? He's very wholesome.
Endearing.
Bake May is extraordinarily wholesome. It works. No, it does work.
Yeah.
People love the guy.
Yeah, and I think that is the reason people are probably more likely to go for the Patriots is because there's second graders out there who are starving and dying in Boston without a trophy. But
Corey in Boston wants to talk about that. Hi, Corey.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Love you guys. Love the show. Yeah, it's been 84 long years. That's how I feel, at least. That's how the last 6 years have felt. That's how I always describe it. So, and, I born in 98, so I won't count the first 3 Super Bowls. It was more of a flash memory. But I grew up with the last stretch of the 3, and, God, those days were the prime days, and those days of suffering with Mac and all that just has me so grateful. And it felt like longer than the 20 years of success, much as that's bad, but
nobody deserves it more than you, Corey, and unfortunately we're up against it, so I got to let you go. But yeah, a long-suffering Patriots fan, Corey, thank God you finally have this.
I have something we can talk about on the other side. Do you think Tom Brady wants Drake May to win this game or lose this game?
All right, we'll get into that. Matt McCarthy, Kendra Middleton, 2 open lines right now. Grab them, 617-779-0985.
Boston's home. home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I'm into it. They're just about to cross the Rhode Island state line. I can tell you exactly where that is.
Do you like riding buses?
I don't like riding buses, but I like roads. Roads fascinate me.
I second this, actually, Kendra, too. I'm like a area code nerd, so McCarthy's fascination with the aerial view of the roads and the recognition part of it is where he gets off. He likes to be right about those things. I'm a geographical nerd, a proud 6th, 7th grade geography bee champion.
Wow.
Yeah, at Northwest, which is no longer a middle school anymore, but... I'm proud of that. If ever you guys needed a blow, we could do area code game, old exit numbers with McCarthy. That's what we're here for.
No, Channel 4 needs to go back to it. They're about to go into the S-curves in Pawtucket. I want to see the buses navigate the S-curve. Cut back to it. Damn it. What are you doing? Director, Channel 4. Who's over there? I want to see it.
I can't say anything because I also have weird interests in things that I enjoy, but... buses certainly is not one of them.
It's not the buses. It's the roads. It really is. It's the aerial view of the roads. And
do you love like car chases?
Yeah, no, I can get into a good car chase. But the thing about, I'm not interested in like watching the car crash and like watching them beat the guy up when they pull him out of the car. No, I want to be like, do I recognize that area? That's the thing. I love the challenge of that.
Okay. Do you watch the guys who stream on YouTube who like will do the random generators and have to guess where it is?
It's fascinating.
I think that is fascinating.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The fact that they can do that.
And they're really good at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like watching those guys.
I can nerd out on that.
I can agree with that part.
It's really not the buses.
Okay.
I mean, the buses are, it's the conduit.
You want to feel superior that you know things.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
That's I'm a know-it-all
so
smart
it's an
ass.
egotistical thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It feeds my ego.
Okay.
So, I mean, don't you feel inferior to me now that I know exactly where the buses are on their way to the airport?
Speaking of egos, Tom Brady and Skip Bayless in the same sentence. Okay. That's what I'm about to get into. I don't know if you saw this, but I saw some Patriots fans melting down on Twitter about this. And if you haven't heard it, I'll tell you what's going on. So earlier this week, Skip Bayless restarted like this drama that he has with Tom Brady by saying that Brady doesn't want May to win a Super Bowl because it diminishes his legacy. Do you think that Drake May being this good this quickly and having the potential to kind of enter his name into the ring of the Bradys and Mahomes of the last, 20 years, do you think that Brady loves that, hates that, or doesn't care at all?
So I don't think it does anything to diminish Brady's legacy whatsoever. If he does hate it, that's childish and petty. And don't get me wrong, Brady is fueled by any form of competition, any form of slight, anything like that. I can't imagine this ultimately rises to that level.
I feel like he doesn't really talk about the team or Drake or the city or anything, though. So it almost makes me feel like either he doesn't care at all anymore, or maybe this has a little bit of validity to it, because I feel like anytime there's a quarterback who's been really successful somewhere, like they still root for those teams, they still cheer for those teams, they still talk about them. Not even just quarterbacks, just players in general. And for Brady to have so much success here, I do think that he has been quite quiet in comparison to other greats of other teams.
But that has nothing to do with Drake May.
I would agree with that.
Everything
That's a good
to do
take.
with the fact that ultimately, in the end, Robert picked Bill over him. And I know, think they are on better terms right now, and it feels like everybody's getting along, and Brady and Bill are getting along. Maybe they were even on a double date a week or two ago. But no, I mean, I don't know if Brady's sitting there rooting for the Patriots.
Were they on a double date?
Kendra, you didn't see this? How did you not see this? You're chronically online. How did I see this before you? How did I see this before you saw this?
I don't know. Is this like some Reddit, like deep Reddit, like McCarthy something?
Who's Brady? Who's Brady seeing?
Alex
right?
Earl.
Okay, I think there was some footage of Jordan Hudson and Alex Earl.
There was a
dinner.
picture of them at an event. I didn't see them at dinner.
I presume that Bill and Brady were there, and that's I probably should not.
I thought it was like a
jump to that
game or
conclusion
something
or anything. Yeah, it was at the national championship, right?
Yeah. I think it was at the national championship game. So I wouldn't call that a double date.
Well, I mean, Brady and Bill probably were there, I would think, if they were there.
Well, Alex Earl went to Miami.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, you idiot. And I'm not up to date on pop culture. You thought you had one up on me, McCarthy.
I should never try that ever again. I'm just, you know what, Kendra? I'm just going to sit there and thank God. I would like to thank the director at Channel 4 who, during the commercial break, put up the 2 box of the buses navigating the S curves in Pawtucket. That I'm very, very happy about that. So Kendra is going to stick in her lane. I'm going to stick in my lane.
I'm going to take my chronically online crown back.
Lanes weave there.
You did, however, send me some Bill and Jordan news this morning that I hadn't heard, and it is. Would you like to share it?
We'll get into that in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. You want to tease?
Why don't we take a few phone calls and then we'll get into the latest with Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame. 617-779-0985. How about Rich in Naples? Rich.
Hi guys. This is actually Rich from Boston who's in Naples on vacation. Technically,
have fun.
So, prop wise, like, what do you think the best rushing receiving prop? It seems like a lot of Kenny Walker, over 100s, in the minors, and he's explosive, but he does have ball security issues.
So, any props you really like entering this game, Kendra?
I had Drake Mays. Well, I do have Drake Mays over 37.5 rushing yards. I don't have anything on I don't have anything on Ramondre. I don't have anything on Kenneth Walker. So that would probably be the only thing that I'm looking at.
How about Scott and Franklin? Hey, Scott.
Hey, guys. Good discussion today. I just wanted to chime in on some of the topics. Super interesting that when the game came into focus a week ago after the championships, I just viewed it as probably one of the most even Super Bowls that I can remember, kind of on the initial reaction going in. And it's very interesting in my mind how in this first week it's become Seattle's game to lose in a dramatic way, much more dramatic than I would have assumed. Regarding the Pats, I agree wholeheartedly. This is very much about the offensive line. At the end of the day, it's about May's ball security and his ability to kind of feel good in the pocket or make good decisions around running. The one last thing I wanted to chime in on is you guys commented on it. It's his ball security with fumbling. That interception at the end of the first half wasn't a quarter. It was the end of the first half. I can't stand when people go to stats like that and comment on that negative. That's like the people that celebrate the quarterbacks that throw things out of bounds because all they care about is their stats at the end of a game.
No, I hear what you're saying on that, Scott. Fumbling is May's biggest problem. Does not protect the ball well enough in the pocket. I think we would all agree with that. Outside of his first pass in Denver last week, or pardon me, the third down on the first drive last week in Denver, he didn't really have any turnover-worthy passes, which was huge. I mean, it was the reason they won the game. They held on to the ball and Denver didn't. And in those conditions, that's why they won. I would say, though, I disagree. This has always been Seattle's game. I mean, I don't think this Super Bowl is. This is certainly not. Patriots-Seahawks 2014 with two absolute heavyweight juggernauts going up against each other. Seattle's the better team. The line reflects that. The NFC is the better conference. The AFC may have had its worst year in God knows how long. The Patriots are underdogs. They deserve to be underdogs. That does not mean that they don't have a chance in this game.
Yeah.
What's the line right now?
4.5.
Okay,
and
that's a big line for a Super Bowl. In this day and age, that's a big line.
Yeah, it is. And it opened at 3.5, and then, Drake's shoulder and all of that has kind of changed things and whatever. But nobody was expecting this to be the situation for either the NFC or AFC this year. Obviously, all the big juggernaut quarterbacks go down, and then Sam Darnold switches teams, and now the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. This is not what anybody expected. And the line shows that Seattle is favored, but the Patriots have been the and here's the thing, this is not a gambling show, but the Patriots have been the number one team against the spread this season for a reason. It's because you can't count them out of anything, and they've shown that to you.
Yeah, I like the Patriots to cover. I don't know if I like them to win. I'll probably talk myself into it by next Sunday because that's the thing about these 2 weeks in the Super Bowl. I mean, last week I went into Championship Sunday before they played Denver, and I said, to be totally honest, they're going to win this game, and they are not going to win the Super Bowl.
Sorry, the number opened at 4.5, got down to 3.5, and then moved again after Drake's injury.
Yeah, Seattle's the better team. The Rams would have been the better team. there are about 4 teams in the NFC who would have been better than anybody who came out of the AFC. The NFC is so much better than the AFC. So the Patriots are underdogs. They deserve to be underdogs, but
It's just the talent discrepancy. Like
across the board. But coach advantage Patriots, quarterback advantage Patriots.
it's crazy how far a team can go when they actually like each other. And I think that that's what happened with the Patriots this year. They bought in under Vrabel. And they all like each other. Like, we don't see them fighting on the sidelines. We don't see them arguing. We don't see them yelling. We don't see them throwing tablets. We don't see them throwing helmets or any of that crap. Like, these guys just ride for each other.
I want to talk about a moment that happened in the NFC Championship game that I don't think would have happened here and why coaching truly matters. We'll get into that in 90 seconds. No commercials. Quick update here from Kendra. Then right back with you. We do have one open phone line at this point, so grab it. 617-779-0985. It's McCarthy and Kendra on the Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tires this is the home of the AFC champion New England Patriots.
He's got the first down.
WBC-FM and HD Boston 98.5. The Sports Hub is the Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, as you've heard here all morning on the station, Patriots send-off party to Super Bowl 60 happened this afternoon, and they are officially on the buses and on their way to Santa Clara. Your Celtics are back on the court today at TD Garden this afternoon to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks will be without Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kevin Porter Jr. Pregame starts right here on the Sports Hub with Grandy and Max at 3 for tip-off at 3:30. And happy Stadium Series Day to all who celebrate. The Bruins are down in Florida today to play in the highly anticipated outdoor hockey game that the NHL does every single season. And of course, we have you covered for this game with pregame with RJ and Bob at 6 for puck drop at 6:30. And is it 6:30? No, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock puck drop, my bad. And of course, we have got you covered for all of that right here. Carlos Alcaraz, career Grand Slam at just 22 years old. Sports Hub headlines were brought to you by Papa Gino's. New England's favorite pizza is now Drake May's favorite pizza. Drake's favorite is the plain cheese pizza. So in honor of number 10, when you buy a large cheese pizza from Papa Gino's, you can get another large cheese pizza for just $10. Drake May and Papa Gino's, the perfect New England pairing. I'm Kendra Middleton at 98.5 The Sports Hub, Boston's home for sports. Your next update is around 1 o'clock.
Every pass, tackle, and of Super Bowl 60 will be heard here.
He tries to get outside. He does. He's got the first down.
The Patriots.
Drake May with the need for the final time.
The Seahawks.
Those are people down the right side. Shot for New England.
Super Bowl 60.
They're headed to Santa Clara.
The home of the AFC champion New England Patriots. 98.5 The Sports Hub. When it comes to Boston sports, we're fans just like you. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
McCarthy, Kendra, you, 617-779-0985. Remember what Mike Vrabel said on his first day, opening press conference? He said, we want to be capable of taking advantage of bad football. Basically, we want to be a team that does not beat themselves. I think that was really the mission statement for the Patriots this year is, we're going to clean this up, we're going to fix this operation, and we're not going to be a team that beats ourselves, because in the NFL, I think in many ways, Kendra, and I don't know if you'd agree with this, teams lose games more than teams win games. That's the way the league works. I think one of the beauties of the Belichick-Brady era is they almost never beat themselves. Other teams would do things along the way and they'd cost themselves games because that's just the way football is. That's the way the NFL is. It's such a high standard. It's such a high level that one or two mistakes cost you a game.
We just want to be good enough to take advantage of bad football.
That's gotten them all the way to the Super Bowl.
They've played against a lot of teams who have played bad football, so I'll tell you that.
Okay, and yes, the schedule's been easy.
But you play the schedule in front of you.
Yeah, and the schedule's been easier than a normal schedule en route to a Super Bowl. I think we'd all acknowledge that. I don't say that to take anything away from the Patriots, but in the NFL, you're going to face teams along the way who are going to beat themselves, and that has happened, really, in the 3 playoff games. Quarterback play. In all 3 playoff games, beat themselves. Sean Payton, 4th and 1, beat themselves. The Patriots have not. They have consistently, outside of the Pittsburgh game, and they didn't play well in week 1, but I throw that game away. Outside of the Pittsburgh game, did they really beat themselves at any point this year? They haven't.
No. I actually had one of the Locked On Seahawks posts or hosts on a podcast that I do this week, and I was asking him, I was saying, the Patriots schedule has kind of been the easy topic of conversation for some of these national shows to point at and on the route to the Super Bowl. And I asked him, I was like, do you think that the schedule that the Patriots have played and the Seahawks have played either hurt one of them more or help one of them more? Because one of them is battle tested, or you could say like that. The Seahawks very much have gone through quite a gauntlet of the season. And, the Patriots have kind of probably had some luck in even staying healthy through all of this. So do you think you would rather play an easier schedule on the way to a Super Bowl or be battle tested and kind of know who you are? Which one of those to you is more important or gets you further?
So what I would say, though, is the Patriots have not beaten themselves, and in the NFC Championship game, I saw a moment for Seattle that you said, "Oh, if they do that in the Super Bowl, they'll lose." It was the taunting penalty,
yeah,
and then and drawing a complete blank on the corner, who got a taunting penalty that erased a 4th and 12, and then immediately got toasted for a touchdown on the next play. If you do that in the Super Bowl, you might lose the game because of that. And the Patriots
Rick Woolen learned that lesson, though. I hope.
Okay, but the Patriots haven't done anything like that this year, and that's a credit to the coaching, and that's a credit to the culture that Mike Vrabel has established. And Seattle got away with it. But the Patriots haven't gotten away with stuff this year. They haven't gotten away with stupid stuff because they don't do stupid stuff. Are they the best team in the NFL? No. Are they the most talented team in the league? No. Are they one of the smartest? Yes. Yes, and that's why they're here.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not just that type of... They've taken advantage of bad football. They've played whistle to whistle. They've played absolutely tough, and they've avoided bad penalties for the most part. It's not just that they've taken advantage of bad football, it's that they're doing all of the little things correctly. And sometimes that's the difference in a game, is not getting that bad penalty. It's playing whistle to whistle. It's Christian Ellis popping somebody in the mouth out of bounds. Yep. Like, those are the things that separate good football from good football. The little things wire to wire. And I do agree with you that is where they started and that's where they're going to end.
And I think that's an advantage they have over Seattle in this game. And it might not be a huge advantage, but if we're talking about coaching, I think the Patriots have the coaching advantage in this game. 617-779-0985. I mean, how many Super Bowls has McDaniels called? And some have been good and some have been not. I still am not over 2007 and not running the football in that game, but that's a me problem. Let's go to Ducey in Waltham. Hi, Ducey.
Hi guys, how's it going? You guys are a great duo. I want to see more Hunter Henry, but I'm also a little scared of possibly AJ Barner and Elijah Arroyo if he ends up playing. So my first question is, how do these defenses match up against the tight ends? And Kendra, if there's any reception ladder plays you like, I like the ladder plays. Thanks, you guys. I'll hang up and
thanks,
listen.
Ducey. I appreciate it. There have been times this year where the Patriots have struggled against tight ends. That would be a concern for
Seattle. Also, I expect a lot of Hunter Henry this week. Seattle will let it go to the tight end. I expect, and here's the other thing. He wanted to know about some prop bets. I originally had Austin Hooper when it opened. Over half a reception was like a lock for him. It was maybe like minus 160, something like that, and it's now gone up to 1.5. So that one, he's good for a catch a game, but that one's now see ya.
How about Hushawn and Easton? Hushawn.
Yes, I want to talk about the Patriots. What do you think about the Patriots winning the Super Bowl this year?
I don't think they're going to win this game. By Sunday, I will have talked myself into it, but I don't think they're going to win this game. I think Seattle's better. But it's going to be close. And
I really think it comes down to what version of Sam Darnold you get and what version of the offensive line for the Patriots. Those are the two things that I am staring dead in the face about this decision.
I just put it on Drake May. I mean, if May is if May is the MVP version of himself, they win this game. I just don't think he's going to be the MVP version of himself because I have to base this on what I've seen in the 3 playoff games leading up to this. And that's where, is the shoulder a factor?
Well, it's just what football are you playing right now heading into this game? I think that it's all about, in the postseason, that bit of continuity that you get.
So why do you think, would you agree that May has not played all that well in the postseason?
Oh, 100%. If you listen, I love Drake May. I have loved covering this team. They've kicked my ass in the books all season, but this has been a good time. I think that if you are sitting here looking at yourself in the mirror saying Drake May has had an awesome postseason, I feel really good about this, you really like the taste of leather in your mouth.
How about Matt in the car? Hey, Matt.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. So my comment and kind of question, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, is that every year there's an NFL team or two that, have the quote-unquote easy schedule. And all I've been hearing for, weeks, if not months, of the Patriots having the easiest schedule, then where are all those other teams that, had the easy schedule not making the road to the Super Bowl? I'll hang up and hear your comments.
I don't want to do easy schedule talk today. I don't want to do it. Has it been an easy schedule? Yes. We can all acknowledge the
historically, actually.
We can all acknowledge the schedule has been easy.
Historically.
I don't hold that against them.
I don't either. You play the schedule that you have. I'm sick of talking about the schedule, dude.
And again, it goes back to what Vrabel said. We want to be capable of taking advantage of bad football. That is a credit to them that they are good enough to take advantage of bad football. Because they're again, Seattle had a bad football moment and the Rams weren't good enough in the end to take advantage in that game. Seattle should have lost that game because of the taunting penalty that erases the 4th and 12. Why am I, again, you just said the name.
Reek
Woolen then gets toasted for a touchdown that should completely and totally change the game, and the Rams can't take advantage.
Also, I don't agree that the Seahawks had an easy schedule. They had I'm just going to rattle off their schedule to you.
Oh, no, the Seahawks schedule was not easy.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Okay, 49ers, Steelers, Saints, easy. Cardinals, easy. Bucks when they're healthy. Jaguars, good team. Texans, Commanders, easy team. Cardinals again. Rams, Titans, Vikings, Falcons, Colts when they were the Colts? That was the game. That was the first Phillip Rivers game. They almost lost that game, actually. And they played the Rams again. Panthers, who were good. 49ers, boom. That's not an easy schedule.
Okay. If we're going to do easy schedule talk, what you're essentially saying is you don't think the Patriots are good and they're going to get blown out.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think they're going to get blown out in this game. So I don't think, what does it really matter? At this point, what does it really matter? It's a fact, but what's the context of the fact?
But they also, and that's the other part, is that the easy schedule talk kind of goes out the window when you beat good teams and good defenses in the postseason and you get to a Super Bowl. Any team that you're going to play in a postseason, I get the Jarrett Stidham argument. Nobody expected that to be the way that it was. And then you have the weather in the second half. But you still played a really good defense that day. So if you're in the Super Bowl, I don't really care about your schedule. You played the games to get where you are.
So here's what I'd say. If the Patriots had played a better quarterback along the way, is there somebody who could have taken advantage of the fact that Drake May's fumbled 6 times? Probably. But does Drake May have so much more? Does his performance have a real place to go up at this point? Can he play better? Of course he can play better. Obviously he can play better. If you are going to say to me that he can't play any better than he's played in this postseason, and the only reason they've advanced is because they haven't played quarterbacks who's been able to take advantage of the fact that he keeps putting the ball on the ground, yeah, I'd agree. And I'd say that's a major factor. But May can be so much better than he's been in these 3 games. And if he is better, they'll win. They'll win the Super Bowl. So what does that really matter? I don't know. It's a fact, but I just don't think that.
98.5, the schedule hub.
Enough is enough. The schedule. Jesus. 617-779-0985. Can we put that to rest?
Please.
No more schedule talk. Out. I promise you. More Bill Belichick talk, though. We have reporting on what Bill is going to be doing.
McCarthy has the drama for you today. It's not even me.
I had to be prepared. I knew I was working with you. I had to be up on all my pop culture stuff because you know me, Kendra. I'm very up on pop culture.
Yeah, I think you're very in on this specific subset of pop culture.
I'm into Belichick pop culture for sure. And I'm into the cattiness that is the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
This is the next Real Housewives.
No, I mean, Belichick, I said this yesterday, he got hit by the bus like Regina George. Boom. That was it. It's Mean Girls.
So is he about to share the prom queen crown?
I want to read his burn book.
Ooh.
He's got a burn book. Belichick has a burn book.
Yeah, he does.
Get to that next.
You really like the taste of leather in your mouth.
Celtics, the Patriots, the Sox, the Revs, and you. We're Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I don't understand it. I mean, I was with them every day. If he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is completely ridiculous because people deserve it, and he's incredible. There's no coach I'd ever want to play for. I'd rather play for. If I'm picking one coach to go out there to win a Super Bowl, give me one season, I'm taking Bill Belichick. So that's enough said. There's nothing outside of that. Again, when it comes down to votes and popularity and all that, then welcome to the world of voting, and you may as well go, try out for the Oscars or whatever and, get a big panel to tell you if you're good or not.
Tom Brady, and he's right. I mean, obviously, we all know Bill Belichick should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's crazy. It's ridiculous that he's not. I said this yesterday, Kendra. I don't. In the end, it doesn't affect my life. I don't care. I mean, I'm not staying up at night, being bothered by the fact that Bill Belichick isn't in. But man, I love the story. I mean, because it's so catty. It's so it is a popularity contest, as Brady just said. People are so petty, and it all comes down to personal grudges and Bill making enemies, which he has, and those people taking an opportunity to stick it to Bill. It is an all-time high school cheerleader drama story, and I'm here for it.
I kind of am thinking about it in the same way that I'm thinking about the Pro Bowl as of late. Like when we were kids, a nomination for a Pro Bowl and a nomination for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, let alone getting into the game or getting into the hall, used to mean something. And now neither of them do. Like neither getting to a Pro Bowl or getting it. Like after this, it's just a joke. Who cares anymore? Like, I don't care. Do you care?
No. Admittedly, though, I haven't cared about the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Honestly,
I do.
It took Terrell Owens so long to get in, and they held that against him.
Free Jimmy Smith.
They held it against him forever. Years. How long did it take T.O. to get in? The Patriots are completely and totally underrepresented in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And what's come out of this is people are saying, you need to change the process. You need to change the voting process. I felt this way for 15 years. It's a joke. It's 50 people go into a smoke-filled room somewhere. You have no idea who voted for who, and that's how we determine who's in the Hall of Fame. There's no accountability for anything.
That's what we need is accountability. If there is going to be a Pro Football Hall of Fame, there has got to be accountability, because otherwise, what prevents people from doing whatever they want, being catty behind the scenes, colluding, whatever the hell else? I want accountability.
So I guess I just didn't need the Belichick thing to tell me about it. I think the Pro Football Hall of Fame has been a joke for years, and I don't care about it. I don't care about the institution. I don't care about the Hall of Fame because of the way they approach their voting and the way the Belichick thing. And it's everybody's waking up to it now, folks. This has been the way it's been for years. So I can't care about an organization where 50 people go into a room and there's a bunch of horse trading and you have no idea how things get done, and that's how we determine who's in the Hall of Fame. That process is ridiculous. We didn't need the Belichick thing to prove it to us, but I'm glad we've all now woken up to it. Reporting that Bill missed the Hall of Fame by one vote. He got 39 out of 50. He needed 40 out of 50. The fact that there are 11 people out there who obviously have been influenced by the way Belichick probably treated them and treated people is ridiculous.
Do you think it's more that, which I'm in the camp that it is, or are you buying some of the excuses that are being tossed around out there about the cheating and all of that?
Spygate?
Yeah,
it's a convenient excuse. And I'm not saying Spygate was good. It was not. It was bad. Bill cheated, and that rightfully is somewhat a part of his legacy, but everything else, his resume is overwhelming. 6 Super Bowls, including 3 of them after Spygate. 2 Super Bowl titles as a defensive coordinator. It's overwhelming. The magnitude of what he's done is undeniable. And there may be 1 or 2 people who are so dug in on the morality of it all and the, no cheating, but it's not going to be 11 people.
I think it's also the
out of a group
recency,
of 50.
The recency bias of, we see some of the people who have come out have voted for Kraft and for Brady, but the thing is that Bill moved on, has not had success, and has had an absolute circus around him. And now Kraft is still successful, has May, all of those, the things that have happened this season. So the recency bias, I don't think it has a ton to do with it. Obviously, I think it's more so how Bill has treated people throughout his career that this, cattiness or whatever is going on. But I don't think that you can deflect from those options as well.
Yeah, I would say that, they've kept Robert out too. For what reason? Because if you want to talk about from an owner standpoint, he's a slam dunk. Now, owners don't get in as much as coaches. They don't get in as much as players. So it's a little bit of a different standard. But Jerry Jones is in and Robert Kraft isn't. Come on. Kraft should be in, but he's not in because of personal biases, and he's rubbed some people the wrong way, and it's politics. That's all it is. It's politics. And it's the same thing with Bill. Because of the way the process plays out, you don't have a list of who voted for who, and those people then need to write columns defending their vote here or there. There have only been, 2 people who have come out and stated that they did not vote for Belichick, which I'll give them credit for, defend it. In the end,
but
not
also they
everybody's
could
gonna
be lying.
perfect. I think if you're coming out saying you didn't vote for Bill, you're being truthful in that. Because with all the backlash that's going on, I would look at some of the people who said they have voted for Bill Polian, excuse me.
I voted for Coach Belichick.
No, you didn't, Bill. No, you didn't.
Well, also, you could see some of these people saying that they did vote for him.
Well, I don't believe them. I don't believe all of them. Some of them did, for sure, but not all of them did. If all of them did, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. But we have no record of it. I would say release the tapes, release the video, but those videos have been burned just like the Spygate videos. Those have been crushed. They brought in Robin Glazier with the hammer on that one. You'll never, that vote will never, ever see the light of day because they don't want it to see the light of day because they don't want a level of accountability. That's the way the writers want it. That's the way the Pro Football Hall of Fame wants it.
Do you have sympathy for him?
For Bill?
Yeah.
No, I don't have sympathy for him. He made it. Now, he made his bed. I'm not saying that the voters should hold it against him because he's a prick, but the guy's been a prick. It's human nature. If you piss people off and you offend them, they might do something petty to get back at you. And Bill has spent 50 years making enemies, and it turns out he's made enough enemies that it kept him out of the Hall of Fame in his first go-around. So do I have sympathy for him? No. Do I believe he should be in? Yes. Do I believe the writers should have been better? Yes. Do I believe the football people in that room, writers, the Bill Polians, the GMs, the coaches, the Tony Dungies, the anointed, the chosen few, and a very few, do I believe that they should have been better? Yeah. But I don't feel badly that, Bill offended and pissed off a whole bunch of people and made enemies, and now he has to, ultimately deal with the consequences of that. I don't feel badly for him one bit. He's not a sympathetic figure.
I know you quite well, and I do know you well enough to know that you are also quite petty. If someone treated you poorly and you had the ability to kind of sway a decision like this for them, how do you think that you would feel in that moment?
So it's human nature. Sometimes you do things that you're not proud of, right? And if somebody treats you poorly and you do something essentially to get back at them, in the end, is that right? No. But we've all done it at some point in our lives. Somebody has wronged us in some way, and we've, done something that maybe we wouldn't normally do. That is human nature. So when you're dealing with human beings, and that's what this is, we're all in the people business. Every single one of us, if you find a way to make a whole bunch of enemies, you're going to reap what you sow. And Belichick reaped what he sowed on this one. And I'm not saying that they should have held it against him because they shouldn't have. Because if you're tasked as a Hall of Fame voter, you're supposed to go in there and judge the man on the merits, not necessarily on what he did to you and how he treated you. But Bill's treated a lot of people poorly over the years, and it is what it is. I will say, though, the way this is all played out, I said Bill isn't a sympathetic figure. Who looks better in this, Bill or the writers?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think Bill comes out of this looking as sympathetic as he's looked in years. It's like, well, he shouldn't have been held out. So doesn't this work out better for Bill?
It does work out better for.
Who looks worse?
I think it looks worse on the writers because they clearly didn't do their job.
And it's not just the writers. I mean, there are football people in that room too.
The voters.
Bill Polian, Tony Dungy. Again, I don't know how you end up on these committees, but it's the same people every year in the same room. I don't know how you end up being one of the 50. When you look at some of the lists, you're like, what outlet is that? Huh? Who is this guy? Like, it's weird.
It's political. Everything's political.
Oh, it's
everything's political.
It's a buddy group. That's all it is. And Bill hasn't made buddies with anybody. 617-779-0985. I see on the phone lines. We'll take care of you. It's Matt McCarthy and Kendra Middleton. More on this next.
Boston's home for sport. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
My overall theme is really following. Who made Bill Polian the conscience of the NFL Hall of Fame? Bill Polian? I mean, nonsense. He's been a Kraft supporter forever. He loves Kraft, and he doesn't like Belichick because obviously Spygate happened against, and Deflategate, a lot of it happened against the Colts when he ran. Polian was there forever. He won one Super Bowl in 50 years. His team got destroyed year after year when he was in Buffalo. He had Manning forever, and he won one time. And Bill Polian, now he's going to tell Van Natta last night, well, I don't remember who I voted for. Well, it's 2 weeks ago. What do you mean you don't remember who you voted for? Polian's a fraud with this whole situation, and Steve hit it right on the bet. What they did is they made the Hall of Fame about not who got in, but who didn't get in. So for the next, whatever it might be, January, we make the announcement. Next July, everybody's just going to talk about where's Belichick. How is Bill Belichick not in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, God bless you, Mad Dog. Oh, he's the best.
You think he's the best?
I love Mad Dog.
Of course you do. He's a baseball guy.
Oh, huge baseball guy. It's my guy there, dog.
I feel like everything he says is either, okay, yeah, fair, or what?
Belichick. His hits with Felger and Maz, Radio Row, it's my favorite moment from Radio
those are
Row.
good.
Oh, they're tremendous. It's going back and forth. Years ago, them arguing about Saquon Barkley and running backs was just, it was all time.
The Lombardi is all time to me. That is the best couple of minutes of radio that this station has ever had. Ever.
It hurts Belichick. It hurts Belichick. You know, Belichick's not Lombardi. What Belichick did was wrong. Belichick.
So good. And he's so right about Bill Polian. Like, who let Bill Polian and, I mean, like, Peter King, I know, is oftentimes in these back rooms, and Tony Dungy and Ron Borges. Like, it's the same people over and over and over and over again. And it's a very small group. The voting process is totally flawed, and we have no idea who voted for who. But Bill Polian has come out with a statement. George, do you have the Bill Polian audio? I want to hear.
Polian's a fraud.
He is a fraud.
I certainly do, yes. Can
we hear Bill Polian coming out with a very, very prepared statement claiming that he did, in fact, vote for Bill Belichick? Can't prove it. Nobody can prove it. The videotapes and the rolls have all been completely destroyed, but you'll just take him at his word, right?
It would be very easy for me to say what you've shared with us and to kind of clear the air, but best to just ask you to share the facts of everything that's gone on in your words, how we got here, and exactly what your vote was about Bill Belichick.
All right, thank you. I wrote this out, so I'm reading from the statement. I voted for Coach Belichick in the Hall of Fame selection meeting. The Pro Football Hall of Fame has confirmed that fact through the auditors of the selection process. Again, I'll state that I never said that I believe that Coach Belichick should, quote, wait a year, close quote, for enshrinement. This has been confirmed by the Pro Football Hall of Fame, numerous selectors who were in the room, and my vote for Coach Belichick. As a Hall of Fame member and selector, I realize the import of what we do. I've always tried, as a selector, to make these difficult choices with the utmost of objectivity. I've said on SiriusXM Radio and numerous other media outlets that I believe Coach Belichick to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. My vote confirms that.
What you don't hear in that is, obviously because it's audio, is you can't see him blinking out SOS and Morse code as he's reading all. That is a hostage statement from Bill Polian, and I can't get enough of it. It's so good. No way he didn't vote for Bill Belichick. No way. I don't believe it. Not a chance. He's one of the people in the back rooms making the deals to keep him out. We're going to put this guy in and we're going to keep this guy out. Okay, well, if you don't vote for Bill here, then I'm going to vote for the guy that you want me to vote for. Oh, the whole process is ridiculous. I mean, listen, the Baseball Hall of Fame keeps getting it wrong. I understand that. But you know what the process is? You vote for it.
You breathe and you played baseball at least one time.
And that's what's happened over the last 10 years, and that's a problem. The voters keep getting it wrong, but the process is not broken. The process for that is you send in your ballot. That's it. You don't go into a room somewhere and have, somebody leading the charge saying, well, I want this guy in, so I'm going to vote for your guy. If you vote for my guy, you can't do, that
if you don't think those people are also colluding,
So what's happening with the Baseball Hall of Fame is there's a group of about 40 or 50, just my guess. Maybe it's not that many, but there's a group of old timers. There's a group of guys in the Hall of Fame who don't want Bonds and Clemens in. They don't want Manny in. They don't want A-Rod in. And they have the ear of the voters. They have the ear of the writers. Do not put it on the writers. It's actually the old timers who are in the Hall of Fame who don't want those guys in their club. And the Veterans Committee votes reflect that because the writers are actually voting for Bonds, Clemens, Manny, A-Rod at a higher clip than the actual committees themselves once they get after the BBWAA process and into the Veterans Committee process. The Veterans Committee, those guys really don't want them. So the process is flawed.
Old people. Ugh.
Bill Polian, was very quick to say, I'm old and I don't remember. And now that he's gotten blowback, is very quick to now say, oh, wait a minute, I remember that I voted for him. And I'll try to prove it to you in 17 different ways. 617-779-0985. How about Rod in Lynn? Nice. Hi, Rod.
Good afternoon. There's a tried and true saying in life, Belichick and other walks of life, be careful who you step on the way up, because those are the asses you got to kiss on your way down. They told him to stop the Spygate. He went and did it again anyways. The big boys don't like that. He's just going to have to wait. Great show. Keep it up.
Thanks, Rod. Appreciate it.
I love the Boston accent. I'll never get sick of it, ever. Never, not once. I love it.
It was a good one for sure. And he's right. Bill made enemies. It's why he's not in the Hall of Fame. It's obvious. Mike in New Hampshire. Hey, Mike.
Hey, good afternoon. So I'm not sure that most people understand the cosmic significance of what just happened with Belichick.
Okay, explain it to me.
I think here it is. So we've all heard this question or been asked the question ourselves. The eternal question, would you rather be liked or respected? I can't believe that we've answered that question before we figured out how to solve nuclear fusion. The answer is clear. It's better to be liked. Nice show. Thank you, everyone, and be interested to hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
I really thought that he was about to give us some astrological breakdown about how Mercury was in Gatorade and it influenced this decision.
Can you explain that to me? I know you're very into astrology. You're very into how the planets align. So what's the deal with the planets right now? What's going on?
I have no idea. I'm really not that into it. You say this every time, and I'm really not. I just love a weird something outside of what is supposed to be going on is the reason this is happening, and I thought we were about to get a full tinfoil hat moment, like with Jay Stu and Lifshats. Like, they're all into the numerology stuff. Do I know what any of that means? No, but I will sit here and listen to you tell me how this is going to be the worst year of my life because I was born in the year of the rat.
Okay, well, is it going to be the worst year of your life?
According to Lifshats, yeah.
What's the deal with me? Can you look this up?
What are you?
I'm a year of the sheep. I'm a goat.
Let's see. It says
and I'm
success, luck, and rise to impressive heights, McCarthy.
Whoa!
Look at you.
You know what? I'm feeling good about this year.
See, I don't know.
I got a lot of good things going on.
I don't know any of this stuff. People think I'm into astrology just because I know about it and I read about it because it interests me. I have no idea what's going on with the planets right now or like whatever. But I just love a weird theory about anything.
You give off, admittedly, Kendra, weird vibes. Which I say is a compliment.
It's because I am weird.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware of that.
People think it's a bit, and it's really just not.
No, trust me. And I say this, again.
All the love and respect in the world, I understand.
You're a whack job.
Yes.
You are. It's one of my favorite things about you. People think you put on some act on the... Oh, no. Our group texts, things go to weird places.
Dumb and insane at the same time.
No, you are definitely insane, but not dumb. You are sharp. Trust me. That actually helps lead.
If you
your
would like
insanity.
to call in and tell me why there is some weird theory about, whatever going on, and that's why this happened, please do so.
Your intelligence actually leads to your insanity. That's kind of how that goes for you.
I love a conspiracy theory.
Bring it on. You also have said things about Mike Vrabel that, Mike in Providence doesn't want to tell us, but it's nice. It's nice old music. How about Mike and Lowell? Hi, Mike.
What's up, brother? So I'm pretty much in agreement with everything you said so far. the part that gets me is, you know, in life, if you do your job better than the guy, anyone else in that same thing, you should be recognized for your merit. None of the Hall of Fame should be politics. It's just wrong in that sense. But my main point was, we all know Belichick's the petty king, right? So what if, this is my prediction for next year, when they let him in, I think he's going to stub his nose at him. And I think this would be a good idea for him, because stub your nose at the Hall of Fame, don't accept the bid, and then forever the Hall of Fame would be looked down on because it doesn't have the greatest coach of all time inside.
I love this.
And then
It would be a Bill move.
I love that. I love that. Yes, it would be a very Bill move, but I would appreciate that move from him.
I will tell you what Bill Belichick is doing on Hall of Fame induction day, because it has been reported
Because
on.
this is what McCarthy texted me about this morning, and I'm obsessed.
This has been, the New York Post has the details on what Bill will be
yes,
doing.
the ever accurate New York Post. They're the people who wrote the article about me and Brady, by the way.
There was an article about you and Brady?
Oh, you don't know this?
Wait a minute. I do kind of remember
And
this.
then
Were you accused of being like with Brady?
For like a year by like multiple publications.
What's Tom like?
I had to put out a tweet and say, I know that this has been going around for a while, but this is not a thing. Ow, I just kicked myself in the face with the microphone.
Such a Kendra
If
move.
you're watching YouTube right now, you just saw that.
I do vaguely, that was before you were here,
Yeah,
right?
I was.
I do vaguely remember that.
I went to Thanksgiving dinner and nobody would speak to me. And I just saw the article because I did an interview about like something about his diet or whatever. And then they picked it up with like a bunch of other girls. And for some reason, I found about it on TikTok and thought that it was just like I was scrolling on TikTok and it was like Kendra Middleton dating Tom Brady. I was like, oh, okay, that's insane. And then I sat down at Thanksgiving dinner and nobody would talk to me. And I was like, why are you guys being weird?
Hold on. I would totally talk to you in that scenario if
They
I
thought that it was real and I just was keeping it from everyone.
Well, your family should have totally, pried on that one. I mean, everybody else's family does. You sit down. Are you seeing someone? Who is it? What are they like? Tell me everything about this person.
I spent Thanksgiving with my best friend's family.
Okay.
So it's not like
All right,
my
yeah.
family.
Okay, yeah, your family would have been all over.
Yeah, well,
as any good
my
family
mother.
would. But,
Yeah.
well, it's not true. So
But I was like, you guys, seriously, it's like, it's laughable that you think that there is even a possibility of this. But I appreciate you guys thinking I'm hot enough to date Tom Brady.
617-779-0985. It's Matt McCarthy and Tom Brady's wife, Kendra Middleton, here on the Sports Hub. But you give off, admittedly, Kendra, weird vibes, which I say is a compliment.
Boston's home. covered. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Matt McCarthy, Kendra Middleton. Kendra, what are you doing on August 8th, 2026?
I can probably tell you. Some people are already memeing me kicking myself in the face with the microphone, by the way. August 8th.
Be having a dental procedure after
Ew.
that.
Ow, I just kicked myself in the face with the microphone.
After damaging your mouth with the microphone. Occupational hazard.
I am not doing anything August 8th except for the over-under show.
Well, you can apparently accompany Tom Brady to the Bill Belichick didn't make the Hall of Fame celebration, being hosted by one Jordan Hudson. Headline from the New York Post, Jordan Hudson planning a huge bash for Bill Belichick on the same day as Hall of Fame ceremony after his snub. Jordan Hudson will be holding her own unofficial Hall of Fame ceremony of sorts after Bill Belichick's snub. The girlfriend of the 8-time Super Bowl champion is planning to throw a huge bash for Belichick on August 8th after the North Carolina coach shockingly fell short of the 40 of the 50 votes in his first year of eligibility. This according to People.
So they didn't break up.
They have... Is that the buzz that they had broken up?
Yes, McCarthy.
Hold on. Wait.
It was a huge story on Friday morning.
Did not hear this at all.
Yeah, there was a big rumor that they broke up, but I guess they're still together.
Well, who do you believe? Do you believe People? Who do you? What's the deal with that?
I believe People magazine.
Okay, so August 8th, they're planning on still being together. August 8th. I bet you the whole I bet you that's a smokescreen. Are they supposed to be getting married around this time?
I think they're engaged, but if they if they do break up, it'll be after the summer, because if she's smart, she'll want to use that vacation home for one more summer up here before she starts this whole debacle.
Invites will be extended by Hudson, 24, to people who plan to attend the ceremony in Canton, such as Tom Brady, Jimmy Johnson, and Bill Parcells, and many of the outspoken supporters following the snub. An anonymous source told the outlet the purpose of the bash is to celebrate alongside all of his people.
All of his people.
All the people who feel he
so
should
if
be in.
you think that you are, a supporter of Bill and you're not, if you think that you're in his inner circle and you're not invited to this party, it's going to tell you where you're at.
Real slap in the face. Again, the cattiness, the pettiness, the high school nature of this whole thing is incredible. And now you have to introduce the 24-year-old girlfriend, fiance, whatever it is.
It's her party.
It's very much her party to celebrate. I mean, who's going to be seen at Bill's place?
Who's going to perform?
It's got to be out on Nantucket, right?
You think Bon Jovi?
I would think it would be on Nantucket, August 8th.
I don't know. How are you going to get all of those people?
You can get the rich and famous to Nantucket. Trust me.
That many people, though? It's a tiny island.
I know it's a tiny island, but they've got the connections.
What if they... This is going to be crazy.
Is Linda going to be invited? I know
no shot.
No, they've had some issues there out on the island between Linda and Jordan.
No shot.
Yeah, no.
Which is crazy because she was by him through all of this.
Well, I mean, you'll have one side of the island who will be anti-Bill. They'll be pro-Linda, and you'll have the other side of the island.
Do you think, okay, serious question, people who are still friendly with both of them, do you think that she will offer some of those people to stay where she lives for this party, or do you think that they're going to have to choose sides?
No way. You're going to have to choose sides with this type of stuff. You always have to choose sides with this type of stuff.
I don't know. All is fair in love and war, in my opinion.
Not with this. Not with the people involved. When we're talking about Bill Belichick, the pettiness king, you're telling me that people are going to be level-headed about any of this? The whole thing is one giant mess because nobody is level-headed. Because Bill's a prick and all the voters are petty, and now you've got Jordan getting involved with this, which is going to bring Linda. It's an incredible scene. It's unlike anything I've ever encountered. It's now my new favorite story.
Maybe you'll get an invite.
I don't think trust me, based on what I've said about Bill over the last 24 hours, I do not think I'm getting an invite. It's not happening. Felger going to get invited? It's going to be a big event on the island. Something tells me his invite's going to get lost in the mail, too. 617-779-0985. Mike in Providence. Hi, Mike.
So it's not Kendra Middleton, it's Kendra Wilkinson.
Oh, my goodness.
That's definitely Brady's girlfriend right there. Secondly, I think Vrabel's going to have a plan like Bill did in 2001 to beat the Rams. That's what I think. I have a feeling that they're going to win this game.
Okay. I don't think this is not a 2001 Rams versus the 2001 Patriots type of gap between the two teams. Seattle's better, but the Patriots have the better quarterback and the better coach. I would agree with you on that. And if he's going to have a plan to beat Seattle, yeah, he very well might.
They'll be ready.
I have no doubt they'll be ready.
If anything, that they will be ready for this game. Especially because they're underdogs.
If you want to talk about plans, how about this? How about Marcel in New Hampshire with a question for Kendra? Hi, Marcel.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I got a question about a little lottery ticket play. So we know Josh McDaniels likes to get cute, and obviously they used Kairos Tonga as fullback this year. What do you think about a little anytime touchdown at plus 7,500 for Kairos Tonga?
I have heard a lot of people talking about this in the gambling world this week, and I think it is an excellent look. If you put down $10 on something like that just for the hell of it and something to cheer for, it is $10 well spent, in my opinion.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I love any prop bet like that with a weird trick play, and I love overtime. I bet that every year. If you bet your overtime prop, and I don't know what it is this year, I haven't looked at the prop bets. I mean, it was plus 1,300 a few years ago, and when the game went to overtime, I mean, now you had an up day simply because of that.
Same with a play that I gave out yesterday. Milton Williams' odds for Super Bowl MVP are so long. I haven't looked at them today, but yesterday they were absolutely beyond insane. If you put $5 on that just for something fun, this is the Super Bowl where a defensive player has a way higher likely to be an MVP in comparison to Super Bowls past or probably future with the two quarterbacks and everything going on that's led up to this. It's just a fun play. I think the Super Bowl is one of those games where you manage your bankroll in a way where you spend the majority of it on things that actually might hit, and then you save a little bit of that fun F-it fund for things like Bad Bunny's opening song and long shot MVPs and Kairos Tonga at fullback. That is how I think you are supposed to do the Super Bowl, because so much of it throughout the season is, all right, realistically, what kind of money can I win here? But the Super Bowl's supposed to be fun, and if that's what makes the Super Bowl fun for you, so be it.
All right, I do want to, before we hit the headlines, this is going to be an expert on anything related to Jordan and Linda and whatever's going on with the party out on Nantucket. Jake in Boston. I feel like we sent out the Jake in Boston bat signal on this.
Yeah, you're usually anti-gossip here, McCarthy, so this is a stunner. Two things. Number one, Jen Belichick showed up for the Stidhams last weekend. Obviously, she hates Jordan. Does Jen Belichick land herself on the invite list? Number one. Number two, it's not even the biggest gossip story involving someone in the Patriot family this week, because Drake May's Snapchat, whether we believe it's AI or not, unlike the AI story about Bill and Jordan breaking up, there is a AI Drake May Snapchat story that may break up America's favorite couple right now. And then on top of that, and I think this is the biggest message of the week, if you are Robert Kraft, you had all the adoring people with you at Gillette Stadium today. You are now in the good club. If Robert Kraft was not going to the Super Bowl this week, are we talking about Robert Kraft, the football owner, the Hall of Fame? Or are we talking about Robert Kraft and where he was last week and the certain files that 4 NFL owners, including him, are in, and your owner, if not Kendra, so you should be happy about that. All you've got to do is win. Win, 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 win. It's the best disinfectant to anything else that's going on. We haven't talked about Steph Diggs' problems in a couple weeks. Haven't talked about Christian Barmore. You keep winning, and this is a note to when you're sitting on $35 million of salary cap. You win. No one else talks about the bad stuff you do.
They have to spend this offseason, Jake. I'm totally with you on that. There's going to be, they're going to have a ton of cap space. Not that cap space ultimately really means anything in the NFL. They like to spend in 3-year increments. They have to improve this team. Win or lose this week, you do not want to be the Joe Burrow Bengals. A team that feels like you're on the up and up. You cannot rest on your laurals.
Or the 25-26 Red Sox.
Feel strongly about that. Don't even mention them. I don't want to talk about them right now.
We should be in a good mood Super Bowl week.
I am in a very good mood.
I'm sorry to ruin that.
90 seconds, no commercials. Quick update here from Kendra. And we'll continue. We'll get more into the latest with Drake May and not about whatever AI story that I have no idea what Jake is talking about. I have no clue about that. But we will get into the latest with Drake May and his shoulder and his illness. He seemed very healthy today, I will say that, at the send-off rally. We'll continue. It's McCarthy and Kendra.
From the Town Fair Times this is the home of the AFC champion New England Patriots.
He's got the first down.
WBC FM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Is the Media Group station. Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Speaking of that send-off rally, you heard that here earlier on the Sports Hub. Patriots officially on their way to Santa Clara and Super Bowl 50. McCarthy got to watch the buses. He's very happy.
It was not the buses. It was the roads. I watched the roads from the aerial view.
Your Celtics are back on the court today at TD Garden to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks will be without Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kevin Porter Jr. Pregame starts right here on the Sports Hub with Granny and Max at 3 for tip-off at 3:30. And happy Stadium Series Day to all who celebrate. The Bruins are down in Florida today to play in the highly anticipated outdoor hockey game that the NHL does every single season. Of course, we've got you covered for that as well. Pre-game with RJ and Bob at 6:30 for Puck Drop at 7. And Carlos Alcaraz, career Grand Slam at just 22 years old. Sports Hub headlines were brought to you by the 99 Restaurants. Head to the 99 for game day this Sunday. Score a 6-pack of bone-in wings for just $5.99 and full-size apps for just $6.99. You gotta love the nines. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub, Boston's home for sports. I'm Kendra Middleton, and your next update is round 2.
Mays under center, mops it up.
Drake May.
Throws down. Drake rolls well, wrecking traffic. Off balance, throw it to the end zone. Caught by the pass is going to be.
Drake May plays on one station in Boston.
Here's another Drake May moment. Drake May.
98.5, the Sports Hub. In this town, sports happens 24/7. We're Boston's home for sports. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Quarterback, he was not spotted at
He did not practice, no. It was illness and shoulder.
Illness? I'm sorry.
Illness and shoulder.
Any more concern for him, Mike, than you've shown so far?
No. I mean, again, we've had a lot of guys over the last month or 6 weeks here with the illness, and so again, trying to do what's best for the player and the team. Try to take care of guys. Don't spread anything, but again, we've worked through that here for the past 6 weeks.
Well, I'm happy that Drake May is off his deathbed and was able to appear this morning at the Patriots send-off rally out in the cold. I mean, it was, 5 below with the wind chill.
Do you think he has COVID-19?
I don't know if he has much of anything. I think he has a shoulder injury. That's what I think he has.
I don't know. Everybody is sick right now. I got the 48-hour bug earlier this week, and I had a pretty high fever for 30 hours and thought I was going to die, and then I felt so much better after that.
I mean, in the end, is he sick? Is he not sick? I don't know, but I know he has a shoulder injury. And that's the most important thing. And whatever is going on with Drake May, he missed practice leading up to the Super Bowl. And that's not a good thing. Whatever the reason for it may be, whether it's innocuous because, he had the flu or COVID or a cold or whatever he has the stomach bug, he has anything. Or if he has a shoulder problem and they're having to manage it ahead of the Super Bowl and he was always going to rest on Friday and...
Ooh, is this a tinfoil hat McCarthy episode?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. All I know is he didn't practice. And I know that's not good. So I'll say that. I'm not here to say it's anything because I can't determine what it is.
Hey, he could have just had bad Taco Bell.
He might have had bad Taco Bell. I don't know. It could have happened. In the words of Adam Sandler from Anger Management, he had bad guacamole and he couldn't stop. I don't know. I have no idea. But I know he wasn't out there on Friday, and that is not something I feel great about entering Super Bowl week. And this comes from my PTSD of Tom Brady in the walking boot before Super Bowl 42, where, we were told everything was fine and things were not fine. Things did not end up being fine. So, I don't like it when the starting quarterback misses practice ahead of a Super Bowl.
I mean, and that's super fair. I I'm going to trust sources like Bedard who are saying it. I mean, I get they have to say that it's nothing, but even if it is something, he's going to be on so much pain medication. It's not.
Oh, yeah. No, they're going to shoot him up. He's going to
Yeah.
take the needle. I mean, Bedard came in on Tuesday and was, I understood Greg's point. He's going
to play. It's not going to matter.
He's going to play. It's not going to matter, which I do mostly agree with. He's going to play, and it probably won't matter in the sense that, I mean, what's the biggest reason for his struggles in the playoffs? Is it his shoulder injury or is it the defenses he's faced? It's probably going to be
I think it's his offensive line.
And the offensive line, yes. So add all of these factors up. Is the shoulder the biggest factor, the biggest concern I have entering this game with Drake May? No. But I don't like the fact that he's missing practice.
Yeah, and it's also not like you need to manage this for the rest of the season. Like, this is it. He can go out there, and if it gets more hurt, who cares?
They're not going to have to amputate. As Bill Belichick once said, we're not doing open heart surgery. I mean, that actually does apply here. Again, you want to know why that guy's not in the Hall of Fame? Watch that press conference. He's offended enough people along the way.
Would not say that I'm Mona Lisa Vito of the football world.
Now, that actually should have put him in on the first ballot. That press conference was an all-timer. It was good. It was tremendous.
To me, much ado about nothing.
I think it's something, but I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. That's how I'd look at it.
No, I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world either.
I know you also say, you tend to believe Bedard, but there is also reporting from Phil Perry that he's had this shoulder injury sooner than Denver.
Oh, yeah. And I think that that's true. If you've watched him play through the last couple of weeks, like, his explosive plays have not been there the way that they were in the regular season.
No. And some of that's the shoulder, but some of that's the condition, some of that's the defenses. I mean, because he has a bum shoulder, is that the reason he's fumbled 6 times?
No.
No, of course not. That's the offensive line and the fact that he does not protect the ball in the pocket. I mean, that has nothing to do with the shoulder. That has to do with, ultimately above the shoulders there. I mean, we don't need to make every single play. So that's where we're at with Drake May. 617-779-0985. We'll continue. Matt McCarthy, Kendra Middleton will break this game down as we get ready for Super Bowl 60. It is Super Bowl week, finally. The Patriots are on their way to San Jose as we speak. We'll continue here on the Sports Hub.
Boston's home for sports. We're fans just like you. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Drake May's right shoulder is not 100%, and it was not even before the Denver game. That's my understanding, is that he's been dealing with a right shoulder issue even prior to that Talanoa Hufanga hit that we pointed out in the third quarter of that game in Denver, where he landed hard on his right side. Now, the issue has not been significant enough that it's limited him in practices or games, which is why we haven't seen it on the injury report, but it's not perfect. As Drake May mentioned in his radio interview, long season, 30 weeks of throwing. I'm sure there's some level of wear and tear there, but this is something that he has dealt with prior to the Denver game, and then, of course, landing hard on it the way he did, that doesn't help.
I think that's exactly what it is. He's been dealing with something. He took a hit. It's worse now than it was before. He'll be fine-ish.
Nobody
Fine
is
enough.
healthy at this point in the
Darnold's
year.
hurt. Sam Darnold's hurt.
And we're not talking about that. When's the last time you heard somebody bring up Sam Darnold's oblique injury?
I guarantee you they're talking about it for 2 weeks straight in Seattle.
I don't know. I've listened to a couple Seattle podcasts just because we've had people on, and it was not as big of a conversation from what I personally listened to.
So, well, in some ways because they've already been through
Hash
this.
that out, yeah.
I mean, this was leading into the Niners game,
Yep.
right? So, I mean, it happened leading up to that. So,
and they still beat the crap out of San Francisco.
Yeah, so it's okay, and he's still on the injury report. He's still got the oblique problem, and it is what it is.
He didn't eat bad Taco Bell.
If this had happened, bad guacamole, yes. If this had happened leading up to, say, the Chargers game, we would have talked it out at this point because we would have seen that he's out there and he's fine. But you do put this on top of, now you have the context to, he's been dealing with this for a number of weeks, and his performance has obviously not been where it was for the majority of the regular season. And how much of that do you put on the competition, the conditions, or do you put on the injury? And if we're divvying up the pie on this one, the injury gets a slice, but it's not the biggest slice.
So let me ask you this. Take, obviously, the quarterbacks out of this. I don't want to talk about turnovers because that's the obvious answer here. If the Patriots win this game, how? And if they lose this game, how, in your opinion?
Oh, well, I mean, to be honest, the answer is turnovers. If they don't turn Seattle over, they lose this game because Seattle's the better team.
I'm going to say if Seattle loses this game, it's the turnovers are obviously the biggest key here, but I probably look at the special teams. I see it as like the Seahawks probably get like a good kick return to start off either the first or second half, and that momentum shift is probably just as important.
Yeah. Patriots special teams have been up and down this year. Then again, I mean, special teams can always switch a Super Bowl, but the Marcus Jones factor.
Yeah, the defenses are both really good. Obviously, there's a few more weapons on the Seattle side of the offense, but this could be a special teams type of difference-making game.
So here's where I'll look at coaching. If Seattle is kicking to Marcus Jones, idiots. You've got to because if you want to talk about something
Super Bowl MVP long shots right there.
I don't hate it. A kick return, a punt return. How many times have we seen?
Andy has a good game.
A kick or a punt return change a Super Bowl.
That's why I said it.
We all go back to Desmond Howard, right?
That's why I said it. The special teams.
One of my first sports memories at Patriots Super Bowl 1996. Desmond Howard.
Brett Favre running with his helmet off. I hate that image.
Screw Brett Favre. But
yeah.
For many reasons. 617-779-0985. How about Mike in Woburn? How you been, Mike?
Guys, how are you?
What's up?
Kendra, you made me laugh out loud when you described the astrological phenomenon as something in Gatorade, not retrograde.
Mercury in Gatorade.
Yeah, they're very funny. I'm taking a 2-week-long victory lap on this because McCarthy, you probably heard me about the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, you've been nails on it for years, Mike.
A cabal of douchebags that basically cares more about if the bacon wrapped scallops are showing up on the hors d'oeuvre tray than their journalistic integrity when they vote for these people. And I love the fact that these guys now basically all have a black mark next to their career because the people that voted against him obviously will have a black cloud hovering over them because even if they admit it, No one's going to believe that, no, you really wanted Ken Anderson in the Hall of Fame instead of Bill Belichick. You had an axe to grind because it seems like the people that are coming out are in the markets where Bill Belichick beat them. Mike Chappell. How many like above the fold bylines does Mike Chappell think Bill Belichick cost him over the course of his career? And how happy did it make him and at the moment to think that he could finally get back at him? Now he's got to write this ridiculous thing that he chose Bob Kraft over Bill Belichick. That was. I don't know if Mike Chappell is aware, but egregious and egregious massaging that is for nefarious reasons isn't like the best thing when it comes to Bob Kraft. But the other thing is Bill Belichick comes out smelling like roses. How many people were throwing flowers at him this week? Flowers, like a parade. This has absolutely backfired. You had Bill Polian's kid begging people to leave his dad alone. The Nepo baby asking to call off the dogs for dad because dad is a quote unquote sympathetic figure because what he didn't throttle the Jets employee to death when he thought he was pumping in sound. Bill Polian is just as big of a cheater as Bill. He just had guys that were willing to cover for him. Everybody remembers when the sound skipped on air in the Colts game, on CBS. Yes. So, this whole thing has just basically illustrated the hypocrisy of the whole process, how underhanded these guys are when it comes to it, and how they really basically take one of the last things in an athlete's career that they have to look forward to, their legacy being defined, how they don't take it seriously, how they use it more to settle a score than actually do their job. And I want to know how these guys vote so I can choose who to pay attention to and who to ignore in the future.
And you will never, ever, Mike, you will never get that list because they don't want it out there. The Pro Football Hall of Fame doesn't want it out there. Those tapes...
They want to keep being as, hateful and whatever you want to call it as they can, so they're going to keep it secret. It's the good old boys club,
Those tapes have been they've been burned. And yeah, it's all about politics. It's all about a popularity contest. And I mean, Mike's been on this for years, and it's true. And it exists in all forms in these Hall of Fames in all of sports. Again, the same thing is happening in the Baseball Hall of Fame to a different extent. It's actually, a group of old stodgy Hall of Famers in the Baseball Hall of Fame who are keeping out Bonds and Clemens and A-Rod and Manny because they have the ear of the writers.
Well, guess what? They don't get to go to Jordan Hudson's party.
No, they do not. It's going to be a way better party than anything they do in Canton.
Talk about bacon-wrapped scallops.
That will be... what is the menu going to be for that thing? I'm sure we'll see it on Instagram.
Oh, she's going to make a TikTok for sure.
Yeah, it'll be... Is that where the Jordan Hudson content really exists? Is it TikTok? It's not Instagram?
I feel like she doesn't really put out that much, to be honest. Just her little weird mermaid posts.
Can never get over that.
You know that someone will put out videos, though.
This is speaking of mermaids. This is a question that was asked on Toucher and Hardy a few mornings ago of Dan Roach. Which Disney princess has the best ass? I did go with
He
Ariel.
asked that?
No, it was asked of Dan.
Oh, okay.
I did, and they said we need to disqualify Ariel because she's a mermaid. And I said, wait. We can't disqualify Ariel. I mean, she also spends half of the movie as a human. But as a mermaid, we're going to disqualify mermaid asses now? We shouldn't be doing that.
It's 2026. I feel like you got to let the mermaids vibe.
Let the mermaids be the mermaids.
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite Disney movie, though? Like, princess movie.
Good question. I'm not really into them, but Mulan's great.
That's my favorite.
Mulan's
That's
awesome.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my favorite princess movie as well. Yep.
But she isn't really a princess.
Yes, she is.
She's a warrior.
Yeah.
She's not actually a princess.
It was my favorite because I grew up in karate and she did karate, so.
Yeah, can we even call her that? Because, again, that's...
Was Shang royalty? I don't know. I don't think so. No, she's not a princess. Dang it. I don't think it counts.
You're right.
I didn't really... I guess Ariel. She was really the only princess that I liked.
Yeah.
Anyways, sports.
Do we need to? I mean, it's Super Bowl.
Best Disney movie is Lilo and Stitch and The Emperor's New Groove, though.
The Emperor's New Groove is classic.
As an adult, you need...
Highly underrated.
If you have not watched The Emperor's New Groove as an adult, there are so many things that you miss that are hilarious.
I did watch it a few years ago.
It's very good as an adult.
Younger cousins. I was like, oh, let's pop this on. Why not? And I was like, oh, all right.
There's a lot of stuff you missed.
Savvy.
Take a gummy and watch Emperor's New Groove.
Sounds like a good time.
It is.
I'd be down.
I've done it.
I have no doubt that you have, Kendra. Tom and let's go to Tom in Tingsboro. Hi, Tom.
Hey, how you doing? I'm calling because I think I'm probably in the minority in this area. I really think I couldn't give a effing flying F about whether or not Bill gets in first ballot. I think he's been a prick his whole career. He's only been successful with Tom Brady, pretty much, except for the Giants. And I'm kind of in line with Fred Tutcher. He's a prick. What goes around comes around.
Well, so I don't feel badly for him, and I agree with you in that sense, Tom. I just think it's obvious he should be in. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna hold it against the writers that they didn't do the right thing, but it's also human nature. I understand why they didn't put him in. I have no respect for anybody who comes out and lies about the reasons they did it. I mean, at least be honest about it. At least raise your hand and be like, yeah, I don't like Bill. He's a prick. And you get what you deserve. And if you treat people poorly, people are going to treat you poorly back. Like, I would respect somebody if they came out and said it. I have no respect for the way they went about it and the process that is involved in this.
I mean, we know that some baseball players aren't getting into the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame because of roiding. So I guess you can kind of draw the line between like Deflategate and Spygate and all of that type of stuff.
But I don't think that's the reason.
It's not, but I'm sure that that's the reason that people who did not vote for him are going to spin it as.
Because they don't like him. He's not a likable guy. They don't like Robert Kraft. That's why he's not in. It's a popularity contest. But you mentioned Baseball Hall of Fame. I mean, at least I know who voted for who and who didn't vote for who, and I know their reasoning because it's been explained.
There's got to be, that's what needs to change.
Dan Shaughnessy has not voted for basically anybody. I mean, I disagree with the way that Dan has gone about his balloting, but at least I know I can call up Shaughnessy and be like, hey, Dan, why aren't you voting for Manny? And he'll tell you exactly why he's not voting for Manny.
Do you think that this will change the way that we see the Pro Football Hall of Fame voting, though? Do you think that this will really finally be the nail in the coffin for the accountability piece of it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think people haven't paid enough attention to what a joke this whole process is. I mean, Mike and Woburn has been on this for years, and he's totally right about it. 50 people going into a smoke-filled room, and you have no idea what the hell comes out of that and who voted for who and the horse trading that must exist. I mean, it's a buddy-buddy thing. It's politics. The Patriots are so completely and totally underrepresented in the Hall of Fame right now. So the Patriots from the last 25 years have, all right, I'm going to see if I can get this right off the top of my head. They have Ty Law, Richard Seymour, Randy Moss, and they have one more? Is that it? From 25 years of dominating the league, some of the greatest players ever. And Kraft's not in yet. And Belichick's not in yet. They're not getting the respect that they deserve in all of this.
I don't think you're missing anybody.
I feel like it's 4. It's Revis.
Oh, yep, okay.
1 year. Moss and Revis are, they were Hall of Famers before they even came here. So the Patriots really only have 2 of their, not to say their own, in from 25 years. Because I don't know why. Because Ron Borges is the Boston representative and isn't pounding the table hard enough for these guys. I have no idea. There's no accountability to it.
To jump in, I think the most egregious omission is the Rodney Harrison one because, to your point, Hall of Famers before landing in New England, Randy Moss and Darrelle Revis. I agree with Rodney Harrison had a Hall of Fame career in San Diego before coming over here to New England.
Yep, and I think different reasons are being, Rodney had a reputation as a dirty player and they're keeping him out. I mean, Rodney made some enemies, obviously, and they're keeping him out for those reasons. But I asked this of Vince Wilfork. I was like, why aren't you guys getting more? I mean, Vince Wilfork should be a Hall of Famer. He was the best nose tackle in the NFL for a decade. Legitimately the best player at his position for 10 years.
Talk about likability.
Oh, I mean, hey, tell you what, I've got some stats too to give you when we come back about a game that Mike Vrabel had on this day 13 years ago. Guys like Mike Vrabel for other dynasties would get far more consideration for accolades like the Hall of Fame than the Patriots have gotten, because the people in those rooms are not, I mean, whether you want to say it's jealousy or whatever the factor is, the Patriots are criminally underrepresented in Canton. 617-779-0985 will continue. It's McCarthy and Kendra here on the Sports Hub. As a mermaid, what, we're going to disqualify mermaid asses now? We shouldn't be doing that.
Boston's Celtics, the Patriots, the Sox, the Revs, and you. We're Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Second down and goal to go at the Carolina 1.5-yard line. They break the huddle with 3 tight ends. Seymour, the fullback, offset right, play action fake. Brady fires, touchdown! Touchdown in the end zone to Mike Vrabel! Tom Brady, 1.5 yards to Mike Vrabel. Patriots take the lead.
There are few things that bring a smile to my face more than hearing the old Gil and Gino highlights from the Super Bowls. That would be now 22 years ago tonight. Super Bowl 38, which, just as an aside, remains one of the more underappreciated Super Bowls of the last 25, 30 years because it was that good, it was that competitive, it was low scoring, basically no scoring in the first half, and then it was a shootout in the second half, and of course it ends with the Vinatieri kick. It's one of the great Super Bowls ever played, and I feel like it's forgotten, probably because it was the Panthers and Jake Delhomme, and it was, before the Patriots were truly the Patriots. It was when they were becoming the Patriots, but man, that 03 team was just awesome, and Vrabel was a force in that game. You want Vrabel's stat line from that game, Kendra?
I do.
6 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and a receiving touchdown.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
He's kind of that dude. I'm so glad he's not in Tennessee anymore. Oh, my God.
Monster playoff performer. Huge, critical contributor to a dynasty. Guys like that on other teams across all sports, there are typically 1 or 2 of those guys, I feel like, in the context of Hall of Fames, who end up getting in because of what they meant to their team during that run that the team had. And the Patriots aren't even getting their blue chip guys in. Belichick, Kraft, Rodney Harrison, 30 touchdowns, 30 sacks, 30 picks. Will Fork's not getting consideration. I mean, the Patriots aren't even getting the best of the best in the Hall of Fame right now, let alone guys like Vrabel, who, if he played for the Steelers back in the 70s, would be in the Hall of Fame. And there's something totally broken about the process. I've said this for years, and it's only even more, I think it only even more comes to light in the wake of the Belichick news. Obviously, that was personal grudges and that was pettiness, but there's something broken about the entire process that the Patriots are still so underrepresented in Canton that, their best players aren't even getting in, let alone guys like Mike Vrabel, who would have gotten in for other teams in different eras.
McTakey's so right on this as well. To interject myself, to add to that list, for the postseason numbers and contributions to the Patriots dynasty, by the way, we have like 3 separate dynasties. Julian Edelman and Willie McGinnis for their postseason contributions. I think Edelman is just behind Jerry Rice in those categories for postseason, and Willie McGinnis obviously leads playoff sacks to this day. So I would expect them, if they were on normal teams like Pittsburgh or San Francisco dynasties of yesteryear, to be in consideration for the Hall of Fame. But we're not even getting our blue chippers in, so it'd be hell freezing over before we get the Will Forks, Edelmans, and McGinnis's in the Hall of Fame.
See, we could have an individual debate about all of these guys, and you can make an argument against a number of them, and I'm willing to listen to those arguments, but it's the sheer numbers. It's the volume of the guys who have not gotten in, where you're saying, what is wrong with this process?
Automatic rejection.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, if you had to predict right here in this moment, what is today, February 1st, 2026, would you say that his resume, Mike Vrabel, will be better as a player or better as a coach?
So I think in the eyes of the public, let's say he wins the Super Bowl as a coach.
Yep.
People might think of him as the Super Bowl winning coach. I think Vrabel is criminally underappreciated as a player. And I think a lot of Patriots from particularly the first 3 Super Bowls are criminally underappreciated as players. And I think a lot of it has to do with, frankly, the Belichick factor. There was this whole, Belichick is a genius and he's getting, the most out of guys who aren't really this good. And then, it's Brady's the greatest of all time. And then he carried the team. I feel like the Patriots' best players outside of the truly, truly elite, Brady, Gronkowski, Vinatieri, Moss, even Law and Seymour took way too long to get into the Hall of Fame compared to what they did and what they accomplished.
Gronk will be a first ballot.
Yes, he'll be a first ballot, but when it comes right down to it, very few Patriots are going to be first ballot. Bill Belichick's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Robert Kraft's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Brady will be. Gronk will be. Vinatieri's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's the one that I'm really just like, what more do you want from the guy?
Well, I would say, what more do you want? And listen, Bill said this to somebody reportedly, 6 Super Bowls, I guess it's not enough. Well, yeah, I mean, the Bill situation is different because those are personal grudges. On top of it, there is, I think the Patriots themselves have not gotten the respect that they deserve across the board from the Hall of Fame.
So I think the lesson from all of this that you at home and us here in studio should take away from this is maybe be nice to people. I don't know.
Well, in Bill's case, yes.
Yes.
And probably in Robert's case too. I mean, that's personal. I have a harder time figuring out what the issue is with Robert, other than it has to be personal, but I don't know what. I mean, with Bill, it's obvious. The guy was a prick. I mean, that's apparent. I don't know why they haven't put Robert in. It's not because he doesn't deserve to be in. Is it because, as has been suggested, he's kind of groveled for it and that turns people off?
I think it's just that he wants it so bad because people love to feed off of when you want something that they want something that you can give them. You know what I mean?
And they don't want to give it to you. It's a power trip for them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's human nature. It's like, oh, I have this piece of candy and you want it? Well, ha.
Follow the carrot. Follow the carrot. Oh, no, the carrot's not there. Follow the carrot. Follow the carrot. Oh, it's gone.
I think, unfortunately, we all know that Kraft is not getting any younger. It's more so just we'll give it to you, but we don't want you to celebrate it.
That wouldn't be right.
I'm not saying that it is, but what else would it be at this point?
He'll get in eventually. Bill will get in eventually. Brady's getting in first ballot. But you could
imagine if he doesn't. Like, seriously.
No, but if you could make the argument, well, we kept Bill out because of Spygate.
That's
We're going to keep
what I'm
Brady
saying.
out because of Spygate.
Burn
We're
it.
going to keep him out of Deflategate.
Burn the whole thing down.
No.
Burn it down.
That won't happen. You
It
know
won't.
why?
People would get fired.
Because Brady didn't piss people off the way that Bill did. Brady, you could argue, I mean, all of them, right? Anybody associated with it cheated just as much as Bill, right? Now, Bill's the architect of Spygate. Brady, I guess, had to wear Deflategate. Listen, I think they pinned that on him, but that's just me. But they're not going to hold it against him the way they're going to hold it against Bill because Brady did it with a smile and Bill did it with a double bird. Right?
Would you rather be the smile or the double bird? I don't know. Because both of us would love to say the double bird as people. But
Here's the thing. I'd love to give the double bird to a lot of people, but where does that get you?
Yeah, but here's the thing. He looks a lot better after this. We've said it all day. The callers have said it. He looks a lot better.
He's not a sympathetic figure, but in this scenario, he is the sympathetic figure.
I think it also helps. I think it also helps that specifically in the last, 10 weeks of the season, Brady and his new career has been way more likable. Like, he's gotten really good at the TV thing. He's done the press tour. He's kissed the babies, whatever. He's way more likable after playing than Bill has been.
So they're not going to hold it against him the way they do with Bill because, again, he did it with a smile.
Because he's not dating a 24-year-old.
Well, he is dating somebody quite younger than him.
Yeah. I mean, they're not dating. Let's be real.
All right, let's be real. What's the deal with it? Alex Earl? Who is she?
She's like a TikToker who was dating Braxton Berrios for a couple of years. And then they broke up and they met at St. Bart's for New Year's. And now she's hanging out on his yacht.
Why does she spell her name with an I?
I think you should probably ask her parents that.
I don't like that.
Not her.
Spell names the real way.
Who are you to decide that?
Me. That's what I'm deciding.
Okay, so don't name your kid Alex with an I.
Spell your name the appropriate way.
I don't like that take.
This is a statement that I have.
Okay, well.
Your name is spelled correctly, Kendra.
So people spell it wrong all the time, believe it or not.
How would you spell that wrong?
K-I-N.
K-I-N?
Starbucks quite often.
No, but here's the problem. That's because we have created a society where we're spelling Alex with an I. You're Elix. That's what you are.
He's right, too. It's an indictment on the mother, honestly. And I'm with McCarthy. I see a misspelled name, throwing a Y in there for something, whatever. Jordan, get out of here with that. Like you thought you were cool to make that up. You put that on the birth certificate, or you're phonetically challenged. You have no idea how to spell. And this is what you came up with.
Replacing I's with Y's and E's with I's. No, just use the appropriate letter. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of names out there where there are a variety of spellings. And that I'm fine with. But if you're going to take a traditional name and spell it differently just to do a thing,
I don't agree with you.
It's a bad take.
Okay.
You sit there in your bad take.
I will.
617-779-0985. Now, how many? I'm trying to think of a name that's spelled. I don't know. Well,
Ashley is Ashley is one because my sister-in-law is spelled with a ASHLIE.
Oh,
and that's just
what about Caitlin's?
Oh my God,
yeah,
the million
Caitlins. Because that's like a Y.
No,
Kai, Kate.
Too many different spellings of Caitlin.
That doesn't get me though up in arms though.
No, it doesn't get me up in arms either. But it's just forget about it, right?
Yeah,
you say your name's Caitlin, you're like, all right, are we talking a K or a C? Are we talking an I or a Y? Or how many N's? Are we going KATE or KAIT? Yeah. It's a problem.
And you're mad about
C-A-I-T.
Alex.
Yeah, I'm mad about Alex. That's a licks.
That's horrible.
A licks.
It's a licks. Tell me I'm wrong.
Is it even Alexander or Alexandra? And imagine spelling that out with A-L-I. That's horrible.
You're just creating problems.
Poor child.
See, the Caitlyn thing. No, the Caitlyn thing. That's just you're entering a world of chaos. There's nothing that can be done. You're not individually creating any problems there, but you are an agent of just absolute chaos.
Well, don't name your kid Alex with an I. I don't know.
I'm not going to do that. Not going to happen.
I do the whole because my dog's name is Jackson thing. Is that I always tell the vet or the groomer when they're looking him up that it's Jackson with the CK and not the X.
It's a dog name, too. You can name your dog whatever you want. Human names, though, yeah.
I like dogs with non-human names. But
I once very much offended somebody. I asked who would name their kid Rupert, and somebody did call in and say I named my son Rupert, and that was, I made him very sad.
There are sexy names and not sexy names, for sure. There are certain things that... And, that's the thing, too, is
would
that,
you date a Rupert?
No.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting there and you're naming a baby, you're thinking about, I think people who name their kids something really weird are this is a really cute toddler name. They're not thinking about their kid being Brinley when they're 50 years old.
I'm out on Brinleys. I'm out on Kinleys. I'm out on Tinleys.
Do you know a Tinley?
I don't know a Tinley, but I know it's a name.
You know what I'm saying? They're oh, this is going to be such a cute little toddler name. Meanwhile, your kid's name is
Brookson.
Yeah, at 55. No.
No, I think we're good on that.
Yeah.
617-779-0985. Feel shame if you do that.
Honestly, I would love to hear some weird name calls.
Bring in your weird name calls. Why not? Phone lines are open. 617-779-0985. McCarthy and Kendra. You're on the Sports Hub.
Boston's home for sport. what game? It all happens here. 98.5 The Sports Hub. This is breaking sports news, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, a little bit of Red Sox news here. Jeff Passan first to report a few minutes ago that the Chicago White Sox are acquiring veteran right-hander Jordan Hicks and right-handed pitching prospect David Sandlin in a trade with the Red Sox, sources tell ESPN. Chris Cotillo adding on top of this what I think we already know. Salary move. I can't believe the Red Sox found a taker for this bum. That Jordan, thank God we don't have to watch this guy pitch anymore. He sucks. Capital S-U-C-K-S, sucks. Stinks, terrible, offensive, the worst kind of pitcher. A guy who throws 103 miles an hour, has no idea where it's going, just chucks it out of his ass. I hated watching this bum. Thank God I won't have to watch him. I'll be curious to see how much money they actually saved here. I'm guessing the Red Sox are still going to have to pay him some money. He's owed $12 million this year, $12 million next year. By the way, teach your kids how to pitch. It's the best way to make a living, because if this guy can make $12 million a year, anybody on planet Earth can make $12 million a year. What a day.
How do you feel about this, McCarthy? Do you love it or hate it?
I don't care what they saved. Thank God. And they had to package a pitching prospect. Sandlin was a guy they got. I think they got him for John Schreiber. I think they got Sandlin from the Royals. He's also a guy who throws hard, has no idea where it's going. I'm more than happy that the Red Sox were able to get out of this, ultimately, this contract.
I can't wait for Milliken to take over the airwaves with this on Monday morning during Super Bowl week. It's going to be so good.
We will not spend too much time on it, but I do think it's an interesting move. So there are a couple of things here. Cotillo says the Red Sox sending some cash to the White Sox, who are taking on the majority of Hicks's deal. I guess the Red Sox are also getting some guy named Gage Zeal, who I have no idea who that is. It's a prospect, maybe major leaguer. I don't know. But the point being is the Red Sox wanted to probably get out of the salary, which is noteworthy given that this deal will probably, I would imagine, take them under the second luxury tax threshold. Will they go back above it? Are they done spending? Is this leading to another move here for the Sox? I'm hoping it leads to more spending. My guess is it probably won't. They want to be under the second luxury tax. And thank God we don't have to watch the guy anymore, but that's what this ultimately comes down to. This is a salary dump. I support it, but it is what it is. The Red Sox are dumping salary.
I wish the listeners could have been a fly on the wall in the studio when McCarthy read this, because he goes, ooh, Red Sox. Ooh.
I was excited.
It was
I
good.
don't have to watch Jordan Hicks. That's exciting. You know what? That's the best thing that's going to happen to me this week. Patriots win or lose the Super Bowl, I don't have to watch that arsonist come in and throw it to the backstop because he has no idea where it's coming, because he's literally spitting it straight out of his rectum. That's what he's doing.
Very reminiscent of Aroldis Chapman from like a decade ago, where, I didn't even fear him. Just like stand there with the bat in your shoulder. Let him throw 4 balls in a row. He doesn't know where the hell this thing is going. I'm not swinging at anything here. Yes, I second that. He'll be eager to see, him be a stud or whatever for the White Sox. I highly doubt it. It's good riddance.
They can take the chance on him because everybody, they want the guy who throws 103. Good riddance. You can watch him pitch. You can suffer through that experience. Thank God. An absolute miracle they found a taker, by the way, with that contract. Unbelievable.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy for myself. I can't believe they took on that money back in return for the Devers. We're not going there.
Kyle Harrison, it's all on you.
Not going there. 617-779-0985. Here's the deal. We've got people on the phone lines. We'll take care of them. Quick update here from Kendra Middleton. I'll let you know whatever money the Red Sox are sending back in the deal. I mean, that's kind of all you really need to say about it. Jordan Hicks sucks. He's gone. Thank God. Red Sox are paying somebody to take him. Good. Thankfully. Quick update from Kendra. Then right back with you.
From the Town Fair Times, the Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl 60 will be heard here.
He's got the first down.
The home of the AFC champion New England Patriots. WBCFM and HD Plus 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots plane moments ago taking off from Providence after this morning's send-off rally at Gillette. The team is officially on their way to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. Your Celtics back on the court today at TD Garden this afternoon to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks will be without Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kevin Porter Jr. Pre-game starts right here on the Sports Hub with Granny and Max at 3 for tip-off at 3:30. And happy Stadium Series Day to all who celebrate. The Bruins are down in Florida today to play in the highly anticipated outdoor hockey game that the NHL does every single season. Of course, we've got you covered for this game with pre-game with RJ and Bob at 6:30 for puck drop at 7. Carlos Alcaraz completing a career Grand Slam at just 22 years old. And some breaking news, as you just heard from Jeff Passan. Trade news, the Chicago White Sox are acquiring veteran right-hander Jordan Hicks and right-handed pitching prospect David Sandlin from the Red Sox. Sports Up headlines were brought to you by Super Service. Today, winter is here. Don't get caught in the cold. Book your home heating system health and safety check with Super Service today. They offer New England's most comprehensive heating system safety check. Schedule now at superservicetoday.com. Super Service Today. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub, Boston's home for sports. I'm Kendra Middleton, and your next update is around 3.
Sports, yeah, we got that covered. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
How old were you when this came out, Kendra?
What year did this come out?
I'm going to guess. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is Backstreet's Back. This would have been 2000s, I would think. I don't know.
I'm looking it up. Final guess.
I don't know. 2008.
It says 1997.
Okay, well then, I was way off. Way off. So wait, was this one of their? This is one of the, like their big original hits. How did I not know that? Bad '90s child moment.
It's late '90s to be sure, but I'll get the exact.
Yeah, it says 1997, July of 1997.
I just thought this was like legitimately when they like reunited and did their thing all over again. I thought it was their hit then, but I guess not.
I didn't even know they were a thing back then. I really thought they were like early 2000s.
It's the 90s? Oh, Kendra, let me tell you. I'll tell you off. We won't go too into
every middle
Backstreet Boys
school
versus
girl's dream
NSYNC.
back then.
Yeah.
Yes.
See that, but you were a late 90s child.
Yeah.
So yeah. That explains it.
Mm-hmm.
If you were an early 90s child, that would have.
Yeah.
I've just offended all of them. The same way that I have also apparently offended Rupert and Lynn. I apologize to you, Rupert.
I just got to say, you know, I get in my car and this wretched cold Sunday morning. I tune into my favorite radio station, listening to one of my favorite guys. I'm probably the only Rupert in Massachusetts, and you just straight up offend me like that, Matt. I don't like it. I still love you, though.
I feel so bad.
He really does.
You sound like a wonderful person.
During the break, he was like, "Oh my God, there's a Rupert on the phone. What have I done?"
It's bad enough I got to grow up with the name. I got to tune in the Sports Hub and hear that, Matt. It really breaks my heart.
Me, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I do you dirty like that, Rupert. I apologize.
It's all right, bud. It's all right. Thank you, guys, and keep up the good work.
You're an a-hole.
I am. No, I am. I apologize.
You can't be named.
Rupert sounds like a great guy.
No
I'd love to hang out
Ruperts,
with Rupert.
no Elixes.
Well, definitely no Elixes. There's only one Elix out there.
There's definitely more than one.
Just because I don't like Rupert's name, I think I would very much like him personally.
I think you owe him a beer.
He seems like a good dude. But if you're named Elix, I mean, come on. There's no way.
It's more the spelling, Kendra.
Yeah,
you know, you're hung
like,
up on just the names and stuff like that. Rupert, it's spelled
but
phonetically
it's spelled
correct.
traditionally.
I told you guys this during the break. I think that if you push a watermelon through a straw, the mom has the right to name the baby whatever the hell she wants.
Oh, of course she has the right.
She carried that thing for that long.
But there's going to be some idiot like me on the radio who might occasionally say, well, you know, maybe you shouldn't have spelled your kid's name that
You guys are all you guys have to do is tune a sub backwards, call it a day. 9 months later, you're a parent. And then you're complaining about sitting on the couch in the delivery room and how your back is hurting. Give me a break.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Tuna sub what?
Write down tuna sub and spell it backwards. Tell me what it spells.
All right, hold on. 1 second.
I need you to do this live because I can't wait for you to figure out what this says backwards.
Okay,
do you know
well,
what this says backwards?
Let's see.
George is doing the same thing in the back.
Hold on. Let's see.
George, did you figure it out?
Let's see.
He's
okay. It's kind of Ebonics.
Yeah. Very educational moment there, Kendra.
When a mommy and daddy love each other very much,
it's true.
The stork comes, and that is how babies are made.
And many times when they don't love each other very much.
Yeah, babies fix everything. Don't you know this? If your marriage is going poorly, you should just have a kid.
That's what they say. It's never worked out poorly
so
for
my
anybody.
parents did.
617-779-0985. Kendra and I, both divorced children here, about to trauma dump you all at this point. How about Jeremy in Westport? Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call so quick. Hey, I love you guys.
YouTube chat's trying to figure it out and it's sending me because they can't.
Yeah, no. Before you just took my call, I'm like, wait, spell that back. Would you say 2 to 7? Spell it backwards? Is that what you said?
Tuna sub.
Oh, tuna sub. I thought you said 2 to 7. I'm like, what the heck? All right, tuna sub. Okay, all right. Well, anyway, so talking about the kids' name stuff. So my son's name is Brady, okay? He just turned 14. I think that's pretty obvious
Strong.
where that came from.
Respect that move for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kendra, and I love you, too. I love you, too, Matt. I love you guys.
We love you, too, Joe.
We love you, too.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. Is this Joby in San Francisco?
It is indeed. And, Rupert, he should try going through life as Obi-Wan Kenobi or
That's sick.
Joby or all kinds of fun stuff like that.
You know what? That would be pretty awesome.
That would be awesome.
Joby-Wan Kenobi?
That is awesome. You can't bully a kid when that's their nickname.
It's true. You can try. You're going to fail.
Yeah. They have the Force.
This is not the joke you're looking for.
Yes. The YouTube chat has figured out what I said.
I didn't know you were a Star Wars fan.
I'm not.
Oh.
I've seen half of the first/last movie. Whatever. I don't understand.
That makes no sense to me at all.
It's supposed to be like the first movie, but it's like the last. They're like backwards or whatever. I don't know. Not my thing.
No, you're kind of not close on that. So the first, the original Star Wars came out in 19... No. You're going to care.
I think Anakin's hot. That's it.
I'm going to make you care. Not exactly a great actor.
Hot. I am no better than a man, McCarthy.
He killed the men and the women and the children. He killed the younglings. Did you know that? He slaughtered the younglings wholesale.
I have a joke right now, but I'm not going to make it.
Let's not get this show canceled. Let's try really hard. We've gone, as we always do, Kendra. We tend to go a little close to the line.
Listen, I'm a rule follower. I feel very guilty when I do not follow rules. Just know that my pinky toe is always on the line.
Try to get all the toes on the line there. Jeremy in Westport. Jeremy?
Sorry, guys. Wow, that's cool that you guys are going to be back on.
Oh, no, this is the same Jeremy in Westport. I'm sorry. I got to let you go. We have one call a day. George, what are you doing back there?
Okay. This is for you, Jeremy. You don't have to call in. He has a child on the way. It's going to be a boy. He wanted to go through child recommendations. I don't know if he had a specific name in mind or if he was just going to go at it with you.
I wish I'd kept him on, but I must follow the rules.
Yes,
it is one call a day.
I informed him.
Yes.
That's not all toes on the line of you.
That's actually, I'm being a very big time rule follower there. I should have broken that rule.
Your toes aren't on the line.
Not good judgment from me.
Oh, tomato.
Bad moment for your guy there.
Who was your first crush, McCarthy?
Who was my first crush?
Yeah.
Amy Padula.
I don't know who that is.
Well, she was in my kindergarten class.
Oh, no, I mean like celebrity crush.
Oh, celebrity crush? Oh, God. Oh, Tara Lipinski.
Okay, good answer. Good answer.
I was obsessed with the Nagano Olympics and Tara Lipinski. I had her book and everything.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fair.
Makes me very... I was just explaining this a few nights ago. I was watching the figure skating because it was way better than whatever...
She's on the Traitors this year.
It was... The what?
The TV show? I was talking about this with Toucher and Hardy. The Traitors, the TV show, it's very good. You should watch it.
What is it?
I'll tell you about it during the break. but it's very good if you have Peacock.
Can you not?
It's like
share it on
basically
the air?
No, I can. I just didn't know if people care.
I now care.
It's a TV show where they have like a bunch of celebrities or people who have been on TV shows, or there's a guy from One Tree Hill, there's a singer, and they all get into a room, and the people who cast everybody pick 4 people to be traitors, and everybody has to go throughout the season and figure out who the people backstabbing them are and vote people off. And Johnny,
so it's like the Hall of Fame.
Tara's on and Johnny Weir is on, and they're pretending like they don't know each other because nobody knows who they are.
How is that possible?
Exactly. So it's very good.
They obviously were not 7 years old watching the Nagano Olympics. I'll tell you
It's very
that.
good.
I'll check it out.
It is very good.
A strong Kendra recommendation.
Yes. And I don't, you know me, I don't love TV. I don't watch a lot of TV. I pretty much only watch sports, but I'm very invested right now.
I'm like you in that regard. There's not much TV I watch.
I'm not a movie person either, though, but you like movies.
I do like movies. I can't commit to TV shows. It's like if we're talking like 6-7 seasons, like, oh God, like it's too much time. Way too much time.
Yeah.
And the episodes have to be 22 minutes. It's got to be short. That I can do. Those are the only things I can binge watch. Or a miniseries. Love a good, this is a 7-hour commitment. I can do that over the course of a week or two.
I think that's why I like sports radio so much, is because I can just throw it on and do other things while consuming it. I don't need to be locked into it.
This is not good for my ADD and your ADD.
I would say ADHD from my side, but yes.
There is the hyperactive.
I really do feel like I told McCarthy I needed to Zoom in this studio today, and I really have had the Zoomies.
It has happened. Kendra, during breaks, we'll have the Zoomies like a dog.
Yes, I will run around
the studio just in circles. Just like that. It's something to behold. We'll continue for the next, we got 45 minutes to go leading into the Celtics and the Bucks today. We'll get back to the Super Bowl next.
All you guys have to do is tuna sub backwards, call it a day.
Boston's Sports happens 24/7. We're Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Seattle huddling up, down 4, but on the verge of the lead. Wilson with 33 seconds and counting. Waiting on the snap. Lynch to his left, Baldwin to the left as well. Stacked receivers, 2 to the right. Russell Wilson extends the hands he has. Wilson, quick throw. And it's intercepted! Intercepted by Malcolm Butler! Butler has it at the 1! Malcolm Butler stepping in front of the throw! No way! And the Patriots have possession with 20 seconds to go in Super Bowl 49 with a 4-point lead over the Seahawks.
It's got to be one of the dumbest calls offensively in Super Bowl history. You are on the 1-yard line, and you have number 24, and you drop back pass. Are you kidding me?
Throw the hands up. Throw the hands up.
So, Kendra, you had not heard Zoe's call of that?
I have.
Obviously, Bob and Zoe.
No, I haven't heard Zoe's call of that ever. But he sounds like he
Amazing.
smoked a pack of cigs before the broadcast.
He had pretty much lost his voice by the end of
I've
that
obviously
game.
heard the TV call like 9,000 times, but I hadn't heard that.
It's a great call. It's an all-time call.
It's got to be one of the dumbest calls offensively in Super Bowl history. You are on the 1-yard line, and you have number 24, and you drop back pass. Are you kidding me?
Zoe nailed it in the moment. He had also, as you said, completely lost his voice because that game was a heavyweight bout, unlike, I think, any Super Bowl we've seen in this run of Patriots dominance.
People don't give Zoe enough love for how good he is on the call.
I mean, you listen to like the fourth quarter too. I remember we replayed it of the Falcons Super Bowl, the comeback, and they replayed the Sunday after the fourth quarter of Bob and Zoe calling, and they were all over it. Just tremendous, tremendous stuff. And that was 11 years ago tonight. That Super Bowl.
I moved up here fall of 2018, so I was not up here yet. Wasn't aware of the Sports Hub.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Now we are aware of you. We're aware of many things.
Unfortunately for everyone out there, correct.
I don't know about that, but now we're aware of many things. You explained many things to me when we're on the air together.
And off the air. I told you who my first crush was off the air. She-Go from Kim Possible.
That's not exactly the way you described it, but we'll...
Yes.
we'll
I don't think I can say what I wanted to say.
Best conversations happen off the air. That's for sure. 617-779-0985. You know what the best part about this time of year is obviously with all the success the Patriots have had, it's reliving those moments and thinking about those moments again, and you hit these anniversaries, and it's the 11-year anniversary of this, and it's the 22-year anniversary of Super Bowl 38, and now that they've moved the game back a week, you kind of get to actually savor a little bit more of these moments because it's the lead-up week now to the Super Bowl, and it's not you're playing them on the same date the way they were, back in the day. February 1st was also the day they lost Super Bowl 42, which we're not going to mention. We're not going to go there. Not happening.
Have they played any Super Bowls on the 9th?
No, because the league would have moved that would have been 3 or 4 years ago at this point. So every Super Bowl would have been held, if my math is correct, February 1st through the 7th.
Yeah, your math is correct.
Back when the Super Bowl was in January, too. You think about that before the league extended beyond. Also some news today. Clint Kubiak, Seahawks offensive coordinator, trying to work out a deal to become the next head coach of the Raiders. That won't be a distraction at all for him. I love these spots. I love being the opponent when the offensive or defensive coordinator is heading out to work another job. And I'm not saying it always plays out that way, because this is a common occurrence, but I would so much rather be the team that does not have their coordinators getting jobs and the coordinators, a team that does have their coordinators getting jobs. Clint Kubiak. Oh, that's right. How did you dig that up, George?
That was quick, too.
These are the drops that I cut, so I know, oh, yes.
Oh, so George Belichick, who works here at the station, is a big, I call he really buys into the coaching industrial complex. He's a coachist. He believes that all of these coaches are geniuses. And he was telling me about the great, grand Clint Kubiak and his brilliant schemes and his strategies. Who cares? It's the most overrated thing in all of sports. You know what actually matters? Players. not coaches, not systems. In the end, players are going to win this game, and the Patriots are going to win this game if Drake May plays like an MVP, which is done for the majority of this year. And they will lose this game if Drake May plays the way he has in the last 3 weeks. That doesn't have much to do with coaching. I'm not saying coaching is irrelevant, but I think because coaches have the ear of the media, we've gotten into this era where we place more importance on coaching and, oh, what a great play call here and what a great design, because in the end, you know who that makes look good? The coaches.
They're about to get Fernando Mendoza.
Cool. And they'll be successful if Mendoza is the man, not because Clint Kubiak is some type of genius, some Nepo baby, another one of these Nepo baby offensive coordinators. I've seen this story before. You know what I do not want to hear all week is what a genius Clint Kubiak is. He's no different than Josh McDaniels. He's no different than any of these guys. And what's going to matter is whether Sam Darnold throws 3 picks or not, or Drake May fumbles the ball 3 times. The play calling, the offensive court, it's the most overrated thing in sports.
That's a take.
We make way too much of it. And I'm not saying that coaching doesn't matter, because it does, but I think the upper level decision making matters. Like, is it the play call that was the problem? It was not a good play call for Sean Payton and the Broncos last week. But is it the play call or is it the decision? The decision to go for it on 4th and 1. Just take the points. That's what matters. But
I think coordinators definitely are a massive thing.
I don't think they're as important as we make them out to be. Of course they screw up things.
I don't know. Look
all
at
the time.
Josh. He's made such a difference here this year.
Is that because of his play calling, or is that because he's coached quarterbacks for 25 years and he and Mike Vrabel have found a way to coach more ball security into Drake?
I think it's because he's the balls. I'm going to be honest.
I think McDaniels has done a nice job. And listen, people were criticizing the game plan in Denver because it was very cautious. Did it work out? Yes. He knew. He knows he's got a quarterback with a shoulder injury. He knows they're on the road. He doesn't have a good offensive line. He knew that game ultimately came down to whether or not they were going to fumble the ball, throw a pick, turn it over. So he called a conservative game plan, and it worked. But that's,
but he dared them to make Jarrett Stidham beat them every single time by giving them the ball back. And I think that is genius.
So I think that's more of a coaching intangible than it is. I think people get really obsessed with play calling and scheme and look at this design and you put, the X receiver there and you run this motion and, oh, he's such a genius. Generally, those coaches, I think in the end, don't have enough game feel to say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run the ball here on 3rd and 6 and we're going to punt it away in these conditions. Like it's the Ben Johnson thing. Ben Johnson is, great design, great scheme, all of that. Does he have a feel?
You want to talk
game?
about Ben Johnson and the coordinators? Look at the collapse that happened to the Lions this year.
But Dan Campbell doesn't have feel for the game.
Okay,
Dan
so the
Campbell's
coordinators mattered.
He's going to go for it on 4th and 4 to prove how tough he is, and he's going to cost his team games as a result of that. No, does the court? I'm not saying that the coordinators completely don't matter. That's a strong take, but we overrate the importance of play call, design, scheme, all that.
Disagree.
Game feel matters way more. Way more. But you're a coachist. You've bought into this.
Okay.
I think a lot of people have. I'm just pushing back.
You're
against
saying
the coaching
players.
industrial.
You're saying players matter more, but
Yes.
the Patriots have not had the most talented roster at all this year, and have really come out on the other side because of coaching and coordinators.
I don't think I'm making the point the way I want. So, the whole attitude is, well, if you have the best playbook, the best design, if you're the most brilliant person, most brilliant football mind, that makes all the difference. What has made the difference for the Patriots this year is they play sound, smart football. Is their offense the best scheme in the NFL? Is it the sexiest design, the sexiest playbook?
No, but it can't be because they don't have.
Oh, they have the quarterback.
Yeah, but they don't have some of the receivers that you would need in order to make that happen. But the thing is that due to that, you have been able to come up with a scheme for your quarterback to elevate your receivers the way that we have seen great quarterbacks do that. I don't think without a good game plan and good play calling, you can make that happen, though.
So I think it more has to do with the players that they do have. And Drake May is an MVP quality player. I think players just matter more.
I think they matter more, but I think that coordinators are very important.
So I guess I would just, and I'm probably generalizing here, but everybody loves Kyle Shanahan and the scheme, right? Loves the design of the offense.
Look at the season he had with all those injuries.
What happens in the big moments for Kyle Shanahan? He doesn't have feel for the game.
He doesn't have anybody healthy because of electromagnetism.
He doesn't have any feel for the big moment because he's too buried in the play sheet. And that's what ultimately costs him. I would so much rather have a coach who has more feel for the game than a coach who's buried in the best place in the
McCarthy,
world.
vibe guy. You heard it here
Total
first.
vibe
King
guy.
of the vibes.
Total vibe guy.
Vibe check.
When it comes to this, does Ben Johnson have feel? Ben Johnson is a brilliant offensive mind. Does he have feel for the game?
No, he plans everything to a script, to a T, from when they breathe to when.
Sean Payton, brilliant offensive mind, right? Revolutionary design, everything. Did he have feel for the game last week?
No.
Mike Vrabel. Is Mike Vrabel a football
King
genius?
of the vibe guy.
But is he a football genius? Is he doing
vibe
something
guy.
revolutionary? No. Does he have feel for the game? Yeah. Yes, he does. I'm telling you, these young
Can't have a feel
hotshot-
for a game without good coordinators, though.
It's a factor. Of course it's a factor. But I don't know. I mean, Zach Kerr, has he done a good job this year?
Yes.
Is anybody saying it's the most revolutionary design they've ever seen on defense and it's confusing? And
Peter
it's this and that?
Schrager.
Something tells me Schrags and Zach Kerr are friends. It's the way this often. Again, the coaching industrial complex. The media props up these coaches because the coaches talk to the media and they promote their stuff. No. In the end, it's about players.
I never
and
took
feel.
you as a vibe guy.
I'm a vibe guy.
All right. Vibe Tribe King right here.
I would so much rather have a coach who is invested in every portion of the game than a coach who is invested on one side of the ball either way and is buried in his play sheet and doesn't notice what's going on around him. Because this happens all the time. All the time. It happened to Sean Payton this past week. Offensive guy calling the plays, buried in it. Didn't have a feel for the moment because he's too focused on one side of the ball. I'd so much rather have a CEO type. And Vrabel is a defensive side of the ball. I mean, that's where his background is. But last year he went to Cleveland and worked on the offensive side of the ball. Like, do you think Vrabel is in the weeds on every single call of the game?
No.
No way. And that's what makes him a good coach. And I'm going to tell you, that might be a factor in this game. Just might be.
I don't think it's a might be.
I think the Patriots have the coaching advantage on Sunday.
I do too. I very much do too.
617-779-0985. See you on the phone lines. We'll get to you. It's Matt McCarthy and Kendra Middleton.
Boston's home for sport. just like you. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Middleton, we're here until 3 o'clock when we hand things off to Grandy and Max. The Celtics and the Bucks coming our way.
And I go pick up my Chipotle order.
Very happy about that.
I'm so excited.
Talking about this for like 2 hours off the air. I want Chipotle. I want Chipotle.
I want Chipotle so bad.
Well, you're going to get Chipotle.
I am, because it's right by our studio.
Isn't that one of the nice things about being an adult? You can buy the things you want.
It's
you
true,
can afford them.
But I don't think that our listeners understand that if you work at the Chipotle in Waltham, I would like to kiss you on the forehead, because anytime I order pickup from that location, they stack the bowl to
Yes,
the gods.
they do.
I posted a picture of the last bowl I got from there, and the white boys in my mentions went crazy about the Chipotle load that they gave me.
It is. They do not skimp out there.
They are the best. Chipotle in Waltham, worth the drive if you live close.
They took that lawsuit very seriously.
Yeah, they did.
They were like, we
don't work for corporations, we work for the people.
Give the people what they want. I just want more brown rice.
See, I don't get rice.
Love rice.
I'm a skinny diva.
What's wrong with rice?
Summer bodies are made in the winter, McCarthy.
This is why I have a winter body forever.
This is why I'm taking my creatine gummies and getting my double protein bowl at Chipotle.
This is why I just, what can I say? I am what I am. Alex in Westwood. Alex.
Hey, guys, love the show. Love the conversation. Brown rice, creatine, I can't go for that. What a great lead-in. Listen, going back to the whole vibe versus scheme thing, I keep thinking about the Do Your Job, Malcolm Butler. What a great documentary. And there's that moment when Bill, obviously the most brilliant mind ever in football, he's looking across the field at Pete Carroll, right? That sideline. He sees they're confused. And remember, Matt Patricia's saying, hey, you want to call the timeout? You want to call the timeout? And Bill's like, I got it. So obviously he's got the scheme. But it's like those moments, and McCarthy, I go back to that idea of, hey, it's all that snow. We don't want them to hold the ball. Yep. Yes, there's the scheme. So, Kendra, I totally agree with that. But, boy, those moments make, and that was the Seattle Super Bowl, Belichick, we're talking about them all. It's that moment, right? He's got the vibe, and he's like, I'm not going to call the timeout because something's screwed up over there. That's not just the scheme, and I think that probably won them the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I would agree with what you're saying. I actually don't agree with the individual moment. I think Bill froze. I think they were stunned by the curse catch, and I think it just ended up working out for them. I think it was very convenient for them afterwards to say, oh, yeah, we totally knew what they were doing, but it would have made more sense to call timeouts there. That being said, there were so many moments along the way, the intentional safety in Denver, the win game in Denver with Denver in 2013, not the win in 2016. He got that wrong. But there were so many moments where Belichick had the feel for the game, and that was the reason they won. And yes, he was a brilliant defensive mind and all of those things, but it came down to, here's the situation, and we're not going to stick to the spreadsheet, and we're going to adjust to what we're seeing in real time.
Yeah, I also think that it's easy to talk about like the modern NFL too, how everything is so down to the analytics that there isn't often time for a vibe check. So I do appreciate that there are still coaches that live and die by that. But I'm not an analytics person, but I mean, the going for it on fourth down now, like that's working out for people, and that's not just a vibe thing. That's an analytics thing. That's a scheme. That's a coaching.
I think consistently it's failed teams in these playoffs, and I would actually argue that Vrabel got it wrong going for it on fourth down in Denver. Now they got the call; it went their way, the May sneak. But I would have kicked the field goal in that spot in a game that, and ultimately they did end up kicking a field goal on that drive, if I recall. In the playoffs, points are at such a premium. Points put pressure on the other team. Momentum matters. And this is why I think the Patriots do have an advantage in the Super Bowl, Kendra, because Vrabel's been there. He's done that. Now, he's done it as a player, but he understands the momentum from a player side of things. And it's a different game. There's a reason why Super Bowls are always sloppy in the first quarter. There's a feeling out period, and all. Vrabel knows all that stuff, and I think that's a real advantage the Patriots have going into this one.
110%. McDaniels helps that too, though.
No doubt about it. How about Robert in Adams? Hi, Robert.
Hey, guys. Your conversation is fantastic. I just wanted to bring up some Felger as garbage, but do you think Vrabel would not have chosen Josh McDaniels, would move on with a different offensive coordinator. Go with that. Thank you.
He would not have chosen McDaniels. I think that's pretty obvious. He's not moving on from him, though.
I also agree with you, but here's the thing. I think that Vrabel was the right guy, but I also don't think that Kraft goes with Vrabel if they didn't have that relationship. And that could have gone one of two ways. It could have bit him in the ass again, going with the, evil that they know, or the devil whatever the saying is, you go with the devil that you know. But it worked out for them, and that luck continues for them. But they continued to go with the guy that they knew and trusted, which is why he was here, and he wouldn't have been Vrabel's guy. But it worked out for them once again.
How much credit do you give Josh McDaniels for this run?
A lot. He's done
a really nice job.
I did this on a Joe show over the holidays where I think it was you and me actually, where we did a blame pie, whatever the opposite of blame pie, it would be like a credit pie of, is it May, is it Vrabel, or is it Josh? And I gave most of the credit to Josh for elevating Drake this year.
You see, I actually think that's more, and I don't want to take anything away from what McDaniels has done working with Drake May, because he's done a really nice job. I think the head coach matters the most when it comes to building up a young quarterback. I think it's more important than the offensive coordinator, because I think you're establishing a culture. You're teaching, situational football, which I think, Vrabel placed a lot of emphasis on. You see the footage over the summer of him, teaching, May to be more of a passer, to, when he's running, to keep his, head up and down the field, working on him with the situational stuff. I think really hammering him with that stuff. And McDaniels obviously does a lot of that too, but replacing Mayo with Vrabel did more for Drake May than replacing Van Pelt with McDaniels.
See, I think it did more for the team. If Vrabel were an offensive guy, I would be like, yeah, he did a lot to, elevate May this year, but he's not. And it was the right move. It was the best move. He elevated the team. He didn't elevate Drake May.
So, no,
Josh did.
I think that's completely wrong. I don't think we get so caught up in he's an offensive guy, so you need an offensive coach, an offensive head coach for a young quarterback. No, you don't. No, you don't. You need a real football coach for a quarterback, whether it's offensive or defensive, whoever it is. I mean, Bill Belichick was a defensive guy, right?
I don't know if you go
did he get the most out of Tom Brady?
But if you go
as a defensive guy, yes, he did.
But if you go and you look at all of these young quarterbacks right now that have taken a step in the last couple of years, like most of them do have offensive coaches. Look at Caleb Williams. Look at Trevor Lawrence. Those guys were elevated by change of regime with having those tight pants, head coaches helping them.
So then why did it work out even better for the Patriots
because
than
they
all
had
of those guys?
Josh.
See, I just think so. If they still had Alex Van Pelt, where would they be?
Not here.
I think they'd be here.
Disagree.
I think they'd be here. Van Pelt coached quarterbacks for 25 years. He wasn't a great play caller. McDaniels is a better play caller, but you would have gotten a lot. You would have gotten 90% of what you've gotten from Drake May with Alex Van Pelt as your offensive coordinator. And I know that sounds like I'm being dismissive of McDaniels. I'm not. I think he's done a tremendous job. I just think a lot of it has to do with the head coach. I think more of it has to do with the head coach. And you need quality, competent people around him. McDaniels is a quality, competent offensive coordinator. He's coached quarterbacks for 25 years. I would also say Alex Van Pelt is a quality, competent quarterbacks coach, has worked with quarterbacks for 25 years. So would the play calling have been better? Yeah, because McDaniels has more experience. And does that make a difference? Somewhat. But I think the biggest change happened with bringing Vrabel in and getting rid of Mayo, not bringing McDaniels in over Van Pelt.
Disagree.
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
I love McDaniels, though. I actually am. I'm on Kendra's side with this, too. I think this Super Bowl is going to be all on Josh McDaniels. A big proponent will be McDaniels' game plan, considering that the weather is going to be not egregious weather outside. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that the weather's going to be normal. So I think that the Patriots offense is going to have to take this step forward, and a lot of it is going to depend on the game planning for McDaniels and the preparation going against the Seattle defense. If we get a porous performance out of May and the offense, I think more of the blame is going to be shouldered on McDaniels. So I think that this is going to be a big game, whether we win or lose on Josh McDaniels' plate.
Well, George, I'm just really sorry that you're on the wrong side of things, too.
I'm a coach's.
Just feel badly, feel shame.
I think that the phone lines are probably about to light up about this.
617-779-0985. Josh in the car. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, what's going on today? I love the conversation. So I have two things to say. The first thing is I think that, from the coach's standpoint, McCarthy, from your point, I think that it's up to them to put the players in a position to be successful and work on and accentuate their strengths, and that comes down to the play calling and the prep. But it is ultimately up to the players to execute. I think what happened to Sean Payton and Detroit this year, and what helps Vrabel, is that he has the ability to trust his two coordinators to call the plays, so therefore he can pay more attention to the vibe of the game, where Payton's buried in the play sheet, and he's not really paying attention because he's worried too much about personnel and calling the plays, where if he could have trusted somebody and did the work during the week, he would have been able to have that. He would have been more in tune with the game situation because he wouldn't have had to been doing two things at once.
So, Josh, I think you're onto something there, but, Vrabel did lose his defensive coordinator right at the beginning of the season. And, Zach Kerr's calling plays for the first time in his career. And it feels like, it doesn't feel like Vrabel is calling every play on the defensive side of the ball. So I'd give him a lot of credit for giving his coaches space to do what they need to do and managing the overall game instead of the nitty-gritty on one side of the boat. That would have been really easy, I think, Kendra, for Vrabel to do. Hey, I just lost my DC. I'm going to take over play calling.
He very clearly trusted his guys, though, and it worked out for them. But that gave him the ability to be a vibe guy because he didn't feel like he had to babysit.
Give me the vibes. Love the vibes.
King of the vibe tribe.
Good vibe over here. We'll continue. Get your game ready for the Celtics coming up next. It's McCarthy and Kendra.
Boston's home for sports. Celtics, the Patriots, the Sox, the Revs, and you. We're Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Throughout the rest of the day, taking you through Celtics halftime and postgame. Silver, it's my understanding that you had a strong parenting moment. Thanks to you taught your son Will a lesson.
Yeah, we were listening to the right before the Sports Hub headlines, I think at 2 o'clock, and the Jordan Hicks breaking news came across. And, my son really got into baseball last year, kind of like a level higher than he'd, been before. It just kind of clicked. And he was like, wait, so the Red Sox traded Jordan Hicks? Who did they get back? The lesson was, it doesn't matter who they got back, son. This is addition by subtraction, and we'll do this lesson when you're 7, and, across your sports fandom. This will just keep coming up. It's really a basic theme that you'll just keep seeing over the years.
Wow, your kid's 7. He's one of these poor kids who's never experienced a Super Bowl run. Wow.
Yeah. He must be fired up.
This is going to be...
Because Will's really getting into sports right now.
Yeah. It started last year. He was in first grade. He's in second grade this year. But it was like he went to first grade, and all of a sudden he was a football fan. I got him kind of into the 2024 Celtics run. Yeah. But, he's a kindergartner, and just like he's not staying up late for the games and, me, like hoophead, like. Mm-hmm. But then he went to first grade and he's all of a sudden he's the biggest Patriots fan, and it just keeps
because it's cool,
going
right? Because the other kids, it's not what Dad's teaching you, which is only so cool to a certain extent, right?
Yeah, and you get to talk about it 40 hours a week or whatever it is that you're in the school building, right? So this is fun. We're excited to let him stay up and watch this thing. I was explaining to him, like, hey, your dad, the Patriots went to the Super Bowl when I was 2, mm-hmm. and then they weren't back again there until I was like 13.
Yep.
And they lost,
96.
And then, so.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day, if you're talking about school and everything. So I was in kindergarten when the Patriots went in 1996, mm-hmm. and it's one of my real first, outside of the Red Sox in 95, it's one of my real first sports memories, just getting into that Patriots run, leading up to, watching the AFC Championship game and then the Super Bowl. This is my villain origin story. You will not be surprised to hear this. In my kindergarten class, we were asked to pick who was going to win the Super Bowl.
You picked Green Bay?
I was the only kid to pick the Packers.
And you were right.
I mean, I was right. But I was a prick about it.
The big tuna issue was a distraction at the time, and the team wasn't going to... Yep.
Listen, I had watched the NFC Championship game. I'd known the Packers were better. So, 5-year-old Matt
Ball
McCarthy
knower.
Trolling my entire kindergarten class. Everybody else said the Patriots were going to win except for me. Then my teacher had to, Mrs. Tarantino, God bless her, had to put her name down so I wasn't alone. She was so sweet.
Well, that's very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
And you get an exceeds for that class project right there.
I did. And I nailed it. I was right. Everybody else was wrong. They should have gotten an F on it.
I didn't do anything that impressive in kindergarten. All I did was get suspended for mooning my class.
Oh, my.
That also checks out. You know what? That last minute really summed up me, and it summed up Kendra in the most beautiful way possible. Celtics, Bucks coming your way next. Sean Silver's going to be here for halftime and postgame. Grandy and Max coming your way. Kendra, always fun.
Love you guys.
All right. Have a good rest of your afternoon.
I'm going to Chipotle.
I'm McCarthy. See ya.
This is Boston's home for sports. Touchdown! The flagship station of the Patriots, Bruins, the Celtics. WBCFM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting. This is Star Market Celtics Today. Download the Star Market Deals and Delivery app today.
Jalen left-hand dribble drive, pulls up in the dotted line, floats it up, it rattles home, and Jaylen Brown has his 50-point game against Kawhi and the Clippers in L.A. Jalen, right-hand dribble, into the paint, goes to Derek White, who steps back into the corner for three. Moving and grooving.
The Celtics are brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, Amica Insurance, your New England Honda dealers, Cambridge Savings Bank, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Jalen forces it up over C. He tied it. He did it. Jaylen Brown from the corner with 5.6 to go. Kick out, open. Tatum steps to his left, 3 in the